wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
So I can see February can't chase the days away. Yeah, away. they say, save yourself for another day. This one's coming, it's gone to the wind again. Yeah, again. Again. Just listen and make amends. You've been down for as long as you've ever been. This way's up, but you're down again. It's just like you to pull off what you thought you couldn't think today. The lost stranger, the wonder familiar face. Broken hearts made of pieces that shake. I've had one too many of them. So now we greet. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Just like snow castles, we drift to the edge. Oh, we drift to the edge. To the edge. Oh, to the edge. To the edge. Oh, oh, to the edge. Let's go. Edge. To the
Yeah, let's do it again.
edge. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, what is going on? Like, guys, this shit is getting weird, guys. It is getting weird. Like, we have a lot of clips to look at. Okay? This is very, very, I don't know, convenient. Like, can I just say, before we get started, I mean, I don't know what to make of this because we've had a week of a media blitz about Hasan Piker, social murder, violence, leftist violence, TPUSA is in the shitter, right? They are caving in. They have people stepping down. Like they have, MAGA influencers are calling for TPUSA to pull the plug. Okay. Their little whatever, using the Charlie Kirk shit is not working for them at all. So the Republicans have never been so fucked. I mean, they are. They're so screwed. Trump's approval rating is the lowest it's ever been. It looks like the Dems are going to take both houses of Congress back. And then what do you know? There's just like magic. There's some random shooter who didn't really shoot at anyone. Okay, this guy didn't fire a gun at anyone. It's almost like he just fired some shots into the ground. I mean, dude, I watched the security footage that Trump posted, and it's weird. He comes bombing through, he fires some shots into the ground, and then everyone's like, oh, tackle him, whatever. They reported him dead. He never fired at anyone. He fired randomly. Wolf Blitzer was standing right next to him. This guy did not even fire at people. It's like he just ran into the room shooting a gun, and then he got tackled. And then, there's this press conference, and there were all these weird fucking things that happened beforehand. Bro, I don't know, man. It felt like extraordinarily fake to me, guys. Crazy fake. Okay? Crazy, fake ass shit. So let's just get into the clips, shall we? Okay? Let's get into the clips. I mean, we have to talk about this. So you all talk about this. What the fuck? You're not going to talk about it? Shut the fuck up. Dude, give me a break. Oh, you're all talking about this? Of course we're talking about this. Dude, what else would we be talking about tonight? The Mariners win? Come on. All right. Let's go. So you ready? All right, let's go. Yeah, no, this one isn't live. So here's what I noticed. Let's just watch a bunch of clips, shall we? And then we'll try to make sense of it. We will. I'm telling you this, though, guys. From the very beginning, it just felt like fake. It literally, from the very beginning, it just felt fake because they are so screwed, guys. They have no momentum going into midterms. And so they desperately need to create some type of narrative. Okay? They need to create some type of big narrative. But guys, I'm telling you right now, this is not going to work. Okay? It doesn't matter what they do. We are going to show up in record numbers. Okay? Because these guys are they're probably going to do this more. Now, I do want to show you something, okay? Because I want to show you something I posted on February 26th. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This was way back when. You ready? All the way back in February. Okay, look at this. Right? Wait. No. Here. Let me find the February one. It is... Ready? So it is, I have it in a reply. Okay, way back in February, there was this. Okay, look at this. This was something in February 22nd. You ready? Watch this. This is an old clip. Okay, watch this.
Us this morning. And Mr. Secretary, thank you for joining us. We had planned to have you on.
Now this was, remember guys, they had the guy with the shotgun and the gas can who went to Mar-a-Lago when Trump wasn't even there. This was back in February. Paulina Prayers, Let's go, Peter. Let's go. Hey! Sakatara to saka. But remember, guys, okay, watch this.
This program to discuss tariffs.
From February.
But let me first begin with your reaction. Do you know if President Trump was in Washington at 1:30 a.m. last night?
Good morning, Maria, and good to be with you. I just spoke with President Trump. He spent the night in D.C. He was here for the National Governors Conference, gave a great speech to the governors last night. And, you know, Maria, I just want to say, why don't we look back here and think two would-be assassins dead, one in jail for life, and you know, this venom coming from the other side. Look at this terrible, profane Senate commercial in Illinois. I would call for them to take that down. Take that down, because it is that kind of venom that, you know, we don't know whether this person was a mastermind, unhinged, or what.
Right. So guys, this was back in February when they had some dude shows up with a gas can at Mar-a-Lago. Remember? And look at what I put. I'm like, the other side, you clowns. How many more fake assassinations from these MAGA ghouls before the GOP gets shit on during the midterms? Okay, I called this already in February. I know we've talked about it on the stream about how we just know that they're going to ramp this shit up. We know this shit is coming in a desperate attempt to save face. Like, they have to do something. They need to get their voters excited. It needs to be like, oh my God, they're trying to kill us. They're going to kill the whole, you know, they're killing us all. Body, blah. So, dude, I was talking about this forever. And look at what I did just 2 days ago, guys. 2 days ago, I was tweeting about Thomas Crooks. I'm like, isn't it weird that supposedly someone tried to shoot Trump and it was this really huge thing and an innocent man got blown away, but we never heard peep about it, right? We never heard anything more. Like, Thomas Crooks just sort of disappeared. The guy who was in the bushes at the golf course by Mar-a-Lago, poof, disappeared. The guy with the gas can, poof, right? This shit just keeps happening. These people disappear. No more about it. No more information about the shooters or what have you. It's really, really strange. Okay. Now let's go in and look at the bookmarks here. Okay. Because there's a lot of shit going on. All right. First off, let's start with before the shooting. Okay, before this even went down. Okay, we have this clip. Hold on. This was before any of this went down. You had Karoline Leavitt giving a very strange interview, guys. Look at this interview. Okay, this is very strange. And the reason why I think this is weird, guys, is because she emphasizes on the whole shots fired. But like, bro, they never use that phrase. I have never once heard anyone. I understand that, Mitchie Slicks, but they have never used that phrase. Okay? That is not a phrase that this administration uses. That is not a phrase that any of them is like in their vernacular. It's not like a phrase that Trump previously uses. They have never used that phrase in 8 years of like Trump admin. I've never seen them use it. They've used shit like bloodbath. They've used shit like, you know what I'm saying? But this is like a very strange thing. And even how she says this is going to be like vintage Donald Trump. Blah, blah, blah. Watch this.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great.
Some shots fired tonight in the room, and he's laughing. Why is that funny? Right? Shots fired tonight in the room. You know what I'm saying? That's very strange. Look at her face, dude. Yeah. I mean, that was That was not funny. But dude, look at her face. Man, she's getting ready, boss. Shots fired. Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was very strange, boss. Hold on.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
Dude, so, I mean, think about this. Why are they laughing so much? You never see them laugh like this. They're laughing. They're looking at the camera. They're laughing. The shots fired, blah, blah, blah. You wrote this whole thing. No, Donald Trump pen to paper. Dude, Donald Trump has never put pen to paper for a speech. Their behavior, guys, this is like really fucking strange, bro. This is like when I watched this, I was like, bro, he's even looking at the camera right after she says shots fired. I mean, look at this, dude, right? He looks at the camera when she says shots fired, but no other time does he look at the camera really, except at the very end right there. You know what I mean?
Well, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
To rumble, is he not?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That is a very weird interview, boss. It's a very strange interview, right? Yeah, the like, dude, very bizarre. Okay, very bizarre. I mean, we've seen all these guys on camera like so many times. So I thought that was really bizarre, guys. That was before calls on everyone to watch tonight because Donald Trump will bring the heat and there will be shots fired, right? Yeah, dude, isn't that fucking crazy? Dude, right? I don't know, man. I just do not know. Now, here's what we have. You ready? Hold on. Let's go to another clip. All right, we got another bookmark. So what we have is Donald Trump did post this video. Okay.
Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this area?
Shall I post it as soon as he passed down that?
18, go for
Okay, so that's the video, guys. Like, right? And isn't it crazy how they Trump, they have this video all set immediately. This video is almost immediately like on Trump's like timeline. So you see the guy, they're all just standing there, standing around. This guy just comes running around the corner. You can see him right there. He comes running around the corner and he runs through, but look at him. He's like running through, but what is he doing? He's not shooting at anyone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing here? What exactly is this? Okay. I mean, we could look at Trump's, let's look at the Truth Social, see if it's higher quality. All right. But isn't it crazy how the video was immediately posted? Okay. Here's the video. Right? Yeah. It's the same grainy shit. It's not playing really. That's weird. Dude, the video's not playing on Trump's Truth Social. Why is it grainy? I mean, I don't know. Dude, let's go. Dude, talks. Oh, Trumpy. Oh, Trumpy. Oh. Now, again, I don't know what to make of this, guys. Okay, you ready? Hold on. See, here's the struggle I have, guys. And maybe you have this too. Is there have been so many lies. Okay, we saw them lie about Rebecca Good. We saw them lie about Alex Preddy. I mean, they've been lying about Iran. Trump says they're meeting in Islamabad. Iran says, no, we're not. They lied about the ceasefire. They're lying about everything. So we are in one of the, I don't know, we're in this weird timeline where I don't even believe anything that comes out of the Trump administration's mouth. Okay? If they say this guy was trying to shoot Trump, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Okay? It's like it's just not believable. Now, even looking at this, you see this guy comes bombing through, right? But look at him. What is he doing? And these people are standing here and a guy is running. They're like, what the fuck? All right, so he runs by. But he did he shoot anyone? I don't see anyone get shot. Everybody then pulls their guns out and follows him. But what was he doing? Where was he going? Dude, talks, let's go. I don't know. Guys, it's really hard. I don't know about you guys, but for me, guys, it's really hard to be in this situation where I literally don't believe my current government any more than I believe TASS, the Russian news agency or, something coming from, communist China or Donald Trump's admin. I don't believe any of them. They all seem really phony. Yeah, I mean, this may have not had anything to do with Trump. I don't know what's going on, but bro, and I mean, they're I've heard some reports that this guy was in some closet or something, but did they really Secret Service secured this building and they didn't look in every nook and corner of this building? What are Secret Service doing? Right? I don't know. Everything about it just feels so weird. And it doesn't look like he shot anyone, but he comes running through, comes running past, and then next thing you know, though, he ends up naked under a Mylar blanket. Okay? Right? Naked under a Mylar, little Mylar blanket. And there he is. Okay? So, and literally, guys, Trump is right on there with the security footage, right? They have the security footage. Guys, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy has not even gone to court yet, but they took the security footage from this White House Correspondents' Dinner and they gave it to the president to release on Twitter before this guy's court date. What the fuck? That's weird. That's weird. You're now going to take potential crime scene evidence and you're going to put that shit on the internet. You're going to give it to the president, put it on the internet before the court date? Bro, it feels weird, okay? It feels weird. No one was shot, okay? No one was shot, guys. Okay, so there we go. We have the guy running through. We have this guy's. Now, let's look at the Trump clip. Okay, this is the other clip we have, which is This one, oh wait, sorry, I have to go to the bookmarks. My bad. All right, there we go. The other clip we have is this one, which is like some shots ring out and then they remove Trump. Okay, this is him finding out. Dude, why'd the camera zoom out? Right? Why did the camera zoom out? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't get. There's all this action going on right here. Why did the camera zoom out? It doesn't turn anywhere at the ballroom. That's very strange too. Okay, they're sitting there watching Trump, and as soon as the commotion goes on, the camera zooms out and doesn't even pan. It would be different if it zoomed out and panned over and looked at the room, but it zooms out, and so you can't see what they're saying to each other on stage, guys. Right? Again, they reported, yeah, but Mayflower Kid, you ready? Hold on, guys. They reported that Alex Preddy pulled his gun on ICE agents. They reported that fucking, Rebecca Good used her car like a battering ram and was trying to murder ICE agents, right? You know what I mean? Renee Good. Sorry, I keep calling her Rebecca. Dude, Renee, right? They reported Renee Good using her car as a battering ram. They reported Alex Preddy pulling his weapon on ICE agents. Everything they report has been a lie. And yes, I don't hear shots, but like, this is very bizarre. Because they're saying something to each other right here, and the camera pulls out. I don't know why the camera pulls out there, boss. That's a very strange, pull out. And then you see that? They're all down, but look at the diners, right? Look at the diners. None of the diners are even moving. They're all sitting there. Now, guys, if there had been a bunch of gunshots, don't you think these people would have been ducking and moving and right? I mean, have you seen kids at a school shooting? When you hear gunshots, have you seen scenes outside when there's gunshots? Gunshots are fucking loud, guys. Okay? Even if there were gunshots anywhere in the building here, they're loud. Like nobody hears them? Nobody hears anything? Nobody's running? I don't know. Weird. Weird, guys. It's very weird. I would have imagined a panic would have ensued, I just think and the point being is, even if there were gunshots, it obviously didn't sound like anything crazy enough for these people to go running. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's reacting. Nobody's reacting. So there was no imminent threat here in the room. There, obviously, okay? There was no imminent threat here in the room. All right, now here we're going to hear Wolf Blitzer, okay? Wolf Blitzer was right next to the guy, okay? Right? Hold on. Wolf Blitzer was right next to the gunman guy, okay? The gunman, Wolf Blitzer was right next to him. You ready? Here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Wolf, can you estimate the number of shots you heard fired or the number of people that...
Because there were shots fired, okay? I'm not saying there weren't shots fired. There were shots fired, But what I'm saying is nobody was shooting at people, right? There was not a fucking, like, this guy didn't walk out and start aiming at people. He ran past those guys. A bunch of shots got fired. And I mean, apparently, like, they were able to subdue him without him getting shot. So that's unusual, right? You know what I mean? I mean, right? I mean, we don't know. Did the shots come from the gunman? Did the shots come from the Secret Service? We don't know. Okay?
Can you hear me? Can
yes,
you hear me?
I can hear. Wolf, can you estimate the number of shots you heard fired or the number of people that you saw with a gun that you believe were the gunman? Is it one person? Are there multiple people?
I was a few feet away from this one gunman who was shooting just randomly, and I'm guessing I heard at least a half a dozen, maybe 6 gunshots. I mean, they were booms. They were so loud, and I haven't heard gunshots like that in a long time. And it was very close to me, but the next thing I knew, I couldn't see anything else because a couple of police officers were jumping on me and trying to protect me. So I was down on the ground with police officers on top of me.
Could you hear the officers talking to the gunman, and what were they saying?
I think by then the gunman was shot. I could be wrong, but the gunman had stopped firing, and he was on the ground. And I'm standing outside, and there's a lot of FBI, a lot of Metropolitan Police, a lot of military personnel who are all here. It looks like it's beefing up big time. There's a lot of DEA. There's a lot of law enforcement here dealing.
So again, this guy like ran through the lobby and fired his gun a number of times, but I don't think he was shooting at people, right? That's what's so bizarre. He didn't like aim at somebody. It wasn't like a school shooting where he walks in and he starts shooting at people. He goes running through the lobby, firing a gun off. Then he gets tackled, and Wolf was right there, dude. He gives another account here. You ready? Ready?
After they served the appetizer.
All right, here we go. This is another clip of him talking about it.
After they served the appetizers, I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden, I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there. But it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area. And all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grab me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where it was safe. And there were about 15 other men who are stuck in there, and they won't let them out. And that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out, and I'm out now. I'm not back in the ballroom, but everything is apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, a guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon.
So again, some guy did run out of like a broom closet or something through the lobby of this place, firing a gun. But it is my understanding that he did not try to even get in that room. We don't know how he got subdued. He wasn't actually shooting at people, but he was firing a gun in the lobby. I mean, we don't even know what this had to do with. I mean, obviously, if he's trying to shoot Trump, I think running in the lobby, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was really trying to shoot Trump, wouldn't he have walked into the room and started shooting in the room? You know what I mean? Like, this guy created some ginormous scene running through the lobby, firing a gun. That is not an attempt on Trump's life, okay? You know what I'm saying? That is, that does not seem like a fucking...
Starts shooting, and I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And, of course, the first thing that went through my mind is he trying to shoot me. And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was very close to him as the gunshots were fired. And it was very, very scary, but I'm okay now.
All right, so there's Wolf Blitzer. Now, after all this, okay, here's another one, okay? This is another person who was on the scene, okay? This is Brianna Kylar. All right, here's another person.
What can you tell us?
I just spoke with someone I know who had been heading out of the ballroom to walk upstairs to go to that sort of lobby concourse area where the restrooms are. And on the wall by those stairs is glass. And as he just started to ascend the stairs, all of the glass started to shatter and rain down sort of from above as he was walking up from.
Okay, so what I'm divining from this is that the ballroom is sunken, okay? There's a lobby on the ground floor where people come in. The bathrooms are up on that level, and there's some stairways that go down into a sunken ballroom where the dinner was, down in the grand ballroom or whatever that's like a level below. And there's some glass walls. This woman said somebody was leaving the ballroom to go up the stairs to the lobby area to use the bathroom, and the glass started raining down. So clearly, the guy running through the lobby was, I guess, firing bullets at the glass that separated the lobby area from the stairwell down to the, you know, the basement where the main ballroom is. Okay, so it would appear that some bullets did hit the glass.
The bullets, so he heard multiple gunshots as he was about to ascend into the area where this was all happening. And he couldn't see because he was actually below, but obviously he could see all of the glass coming down, and that person came back inside to the ballroom. But when we were inside of the ballroom, we couldn't necessarily hear that. The reaction of the Secret Service was really what startled everyone, and they just ducked for cover. But he had seen this, a lot of glass shattering, and that's actually an exit of the ballroom that we are not being permitted to go out right now and get some air from. There's other exits where they're permitting people to get a little bit of air from, and that's a door that is no longer open.
Okay, so this guy never got in that room, right? Well, dude, they did. We'll look at the suspect in a minute, because the thing that's really interesting about this is, again, guys, here's what I'm grappling with is, one, I don't believe the Trump administration. Okay, if the Trump administration says this was an assassination attempt aimed for him, I don't believe it. Okay, I don't believe it. I automatically am so suspicious because they've lied so much about Alex Preddy, about Renee Good, about the people they've been deporting, right? They've been lying through their teeth about the Epstein files. They're just lies upon lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. Okay? And yes, what we do know about this guy, we will get to him in a minute, but he was a teacher. He was just voted like Teacher of the Month. And as I suspected, he had one Act Blue donation to the Democrats like 2 years ago. One donation, okay? So again, it's a teacher who donated once to Act Blue, was Teacher of the Month. Now, what I have seen since this guy's identity came out is I have seen all the right-wing people talking about radicalized teachers and how they got to do something about the schools. You know, they've gutted the Department of Education. They want to make schools like Christian schools, right? So now it's a radicalized teacher sort of thing. I mean, this is like, they couldn't script it better. If this were fake, they could not script this thing better to be like their token midterm energy generating event. Okay. Now let's look, because now even weirder, after they subdued this guy, they were going to continue the event. Okay? They then announced, right, that they're going to have the event go on.
We have an announcement. I know everyone's going to want as many details as possible, and right now we don't have that, but I can tell you that our program is going to resume momentarily. We will have more details to share also momentarily, but for now, please just be patient as we figure out just how much time it will be, but it shouldn't be that much longer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Dude. Okay. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, you just get a drink at the bar. Right now, we have fucking, dude, shots. All shots are half price at the bar. Attention, everybody. All shots are half price at the bar. All shots. Double shots, half price. Dude, what the fuck? Okay? Like, this whole thing, dude, is so bizarre. I don't know what to make of this, guys. It's really hard. It's really hard because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe it is an episode created. You know what I'm saying? And you can say, like, oh, this guy, I don't know what this guy's deal was, but this guy, like Trump, dude, he has had, accountants go to prison for him. Okay? So yeah, some guy running through a lobby and shooting out some glass windows to go to jail. And then maybe, he gets out in a year and he's got like 5 million in Bitcoin in an account somewhere. That's real believable to me, guys, that this could be a setup because Trump has lied about everything. He is so tanked. They are so fucked right now about the only thing that could maybe rescue them is like some of this bullshit. And I've been talking about this for the better part of like 6 months saying, you know what? I think he's going to fake another assassination. I think, and I mean, this is like being called an assassination attempt, but the guy ran through the lobby and fired a gun. The guy never even got in the room with Trump. The guy never got a weapon even, right? Nobody in the room with Trump even heard the gunshots. So this clearly was not in danger of, there was no assassination attempt on Trump because the people in that room never even heard a gunshot. It was a different level of the building. Okay? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe this administration, guys. I do believe that his approval rating is at a record low. The economy is fucked. He hasn't done any of his campaign promises, and they're not able to pass the SAVE Act because the SAVE Act requires 60 votes, and that is their voter suppression bill that would make it nearly impossible for anybody but them to win an election. And so that shit's not going to pass. And dude, all of the elections have been dismal, been 10, 15, 20 point swings, even in the red districts. So they are so screwed. So yeah, would they fake a shooting, right? Would they have a guy run through the lobby and shoot some glass windows and get subdued and like take one for the team in order to run this? Sure. I absolutely believe Trump would do that. Dude, he's like hiding the Epstein files. He's raped teenagers with Epstein. He's looting the fucking treasury and the U.S. government. Okay? This guy's a scoundrel, dude. They have like threatened the lives of people. He's had people go to prison for him. I absolutely believe they would do something like this. I have a lot of questions about Butler. Okay? I do. I have a lot of questions about Butler. Dude, a lot of questions about Butler. All right? This shit is fucking like, I'm just not buying it. Okay? I am just not buying these guys. None of this shit adds up. Okay, none of this stuff adds up. Now, let's see what else we got here. Now we have Janine Pirro did something afterwards too. Update from the Washington Hilton. Okay, now here's going to be something weird too, probably.
I'm at the Washington Hilton. I've been taken out of the main ballroom after the sound of the shots fired. The Secret Service is now in charge of this building, this hotel. I just spoke to Mayor Muriel Bowser. She is on her way, and Chief Jeffrey Carroll is on his way. He will be in charge as soon as he gets here. I'm at the.
Okay, so that's whatever, some sort of update. Here is the guy. He's got no clothes on. He's got a Mylar blanket. Now, it does look like it is Cole Thomas Allen is his name. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's look at this one, though. You ready? Because this one, okay, this is a Fox News person, okay, that is very strange. Watch this. This clip is really weird. Okay, Fox News had one of their people who was in the room on the line, and she starts telling a story about Karoline Leavitt's husband, and then the call cuts off. And you know what's weird, guys? They never call her back. Okay? They never called her back. Okay? They like 25 minutes went by. They never, the call drops. Oh, let's get her back on the line. They just let it go. Okay? They just let it go. But watch this. This is very weird, guys.
I want to just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Karoline Leavitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened. And then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV. You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some.
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And this happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell service at the same time.
Dude, so many people. Dude, fuck nuts. There's like 18 million people in New York using the same fucking cell service at one time there. You fucking dumbass. That is the least believable thing ever. Dude, how many millions of people live in the DC metro area? What's the metro? Like 3.5 million using the cell service? You think 500 people at a ballroom using their phones caused the phone to cut out? Dude, I'm not buying that shit for a second. Oh, we seem to have lost her. Oh, but here's the weird thing, guys. They never got her back. They never got her back. They never went back to her. They never finished that conversation. They never, right? That was just the end of it.
At this, while we had a moment, I was just reading.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, look at the way it cuts off.
You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some.
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. This happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell service.
This happens, by the way. Let's see what the population is. The DC metro population is 6.3 million. Yo, homie. 6.3 million people in the DC metropolitan area are using their fucking cell service. That shit did not cut out because a couple hundred people. Dude, you ready? Yo. Hey, Fox News. Yo, Fox News. What the fuck, boss? 6.3 million people in DC, using the cell service. Oh yeah, you think like 300 people cut that shit off? Yo, dude, false flag. Dude, what are we doing, bro? You need to be very safe. You need to, you need to keep yourself safe, is what she said, right? Keep yourself safe, right? She said, he leaned over. He said, keep yourself safe. Right? Dude, man, something about this shit, guys, is pretty bizarre, bro. Isn't it? Isn't it weird? Yeah, like, I feel like nobody is buying this, right? That thing, guys, that thing was so bizarre, okay? That call right there was so bizarre. And what's more, guys, is if you look at this, right? Look at this. People are like totally not sus. And look at this. They didn't even try to reconnect. It's been 25 minutes. Okay? Even the guy reporting on this, 25 minutes later, they still had not gone back to her. They just like disappeared. That was it. She spoke. She got cut off and poof. Right? And dude, what are we going to wake up tomorrow and we're going to find out she's been assigned to like the Iranian embassy? Right? Dude. It's just too weird, man. It is just too weird, bro. Like, what are we doing? Let's go. What are we doing, guys? All right, I saw somebody. We're going to do the dance party goal. All right, we're going to secure that. Let's go. Dude, hey, dude, there's 1,000 people here. We're going to try 50. Fuck it, right? Let's go. All right, guys. All right, everybody, we do a dance party at the commencement of the stream. There you go. Light blue or higher. Let's fucking hit it up, baby. Hit it up. So, again, guys, it's hard for me to process this. Okay, dude, Regal. Where do I sign up for Pine Box building class? Dude, the brochure will be coming out shortly. This is just so hard for me, guys, because like I said, there have been so many lies that I have zero trust. When this administration says something, it feels to me like the TASS news agency from Russia. Dude, Nameless Nick, let's go, boss. Thank you for the 7 months membership. Dance Party LFG. Let's go, Ella. So I am very conflicted. Now, to give you a rundown on where we're at thus far, I'm going to do a quick rundown here. Dude, Damon Dog, let's go, baby. Appreciate you, boss. Dude, Pinky Parker, let's go, punks. Let's go. So, we had that very weird interview with Karoline Leavitt. Okay, that very strange interview where she's like, oh, you got to stick around tonight. There's going to be shots fired in the room. And the reporter's like, and they're all laughing. Very weird. That was the weirdest interview. I'd never seen Karoline Leavitt with that energy, right? You know what I'm saying? They always have this like snark, sinister, whatever sort of thing, but they were like bubbly and laughing and yucking it up about the shots fired, making a really big deal about shots fired in the room. Okay, so that was the preface. Air smells like BS, boss. Let's dance. Let's go, Petrozzi. Dude, you'll be Oprah rich in no time. I doubt that, but dare to dream. Thank you, Nameless. And dude, Pinky Parker, I call bullshit. Or is that a unicorn? Or is that bullshit or you call unicorn shit? I'm kidding. But, so, all right. So there's the weird vibe in the beginning. Then this guy, we see the tape. He comes running through the lobby. Apparently, he shoots some glass windows or Secret Service shoots some glass windows. But nobody stops to shoot at anybody there. The gunman never even gets close to the ballroom downstairs. The people downstairs, most of them don't even hear it. Okay, Trump gets out, and then there's like a press conference. Okay, we are gonna go look at the press conference, but this guy's feels very fake to me. Okay, it feels very staged. Okay, DL Observer, let's go. Got pounds of high quality pine you're willing to donate. Let's go. As you said, language not used by them. Yes, Charlie. Now, I thought the other thing that was weird was this, guys. was immediately following this. First off, here's Trump like smirking. Okay, now immediately following this, guys, like right afterwards, the Republican Party posted this. They posted fight, fight, fight. Okay? Isn't that weird? Like, that's really strange. Right? Right? Oh, they got a recall. Yeah, let's fucking rejuvenate. You know, July of fucking 2024. Very strange. No Pine Box tonight. Fake news. Let's go. Fake Pine, dude. It's the Trumpstein reality show. It is. It is like the Jeffrey Trumpstein, right? Jeffrey Trumpstein. Thank you, boss. Thank you, 5 eggs. The Jeffrey Trumpstein reality TV show, the J.E. Ballroom Dance Party. The J.E. Ballroom, J.E. Ballroom. I thought that was pretty weird, right? You know, that they're like tweeting fight, fight, fight. Now, okay, I just thought this stuff was pretty crazy. Okay, now we have Erika Kirk. Look at her, dude. She took this opportunity to make sure she walked by a camera, like in tears with a bunch of people. Look at this. As this guy said, the most performative woman who ever lived. Here she comes. Oh, shit. Sorry. That's really loud. My bad. All right. You ready? My bad. Oh, I just want to go home. Dude, you see that? Like, she says it right when she walks by the camera. Dude, so fucking phony, bro. Dude, there's no way she walks by the camera. I just want to go home. Dude, I'm going to give you some advice, Erika. When you get home, stay home. Okay? Stay home. I just want to go find Dude, that is the fakest shit I've ever seen in my life, boss. Like, come on, bro. Dude, that's Razzie worthy. That's not an Oscar. I'll give her a Razzie for that. Oh. Let's go, baby. Andrew, let's go. 1 of 50. Let's go. Boom, bam. Dude, killing it. All right, guys. 24 minutes, 27 away, baby. So, you know, again, we're never going to know, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, we're never going to know because there's this thing, there's this episode, it's going to be part of a news cycle, and much like Thomas Crook and Butler, it's just going to be forgotten. I know that they're going to try to rev up the Charlie Kirk thing. See, TPUSA was in the shitter. They're bottoming out because, guys, another TPUSA member, we're going to look at this other guy. Another TPUSA member has resigned and made a video about like how bad it is with Erika Kirk. Like TPUSA members and chapter presidents are all resigning because of the corrupt lying going on in the organization. Ella, we just hit 1K viewers. Let's go. Appreciate you, boss. Let's go, dude. For the record, M's game was fire. Yes, Ingraham. I came in when it was 7-5 and watched it. Crazy, dude. Jenny made an omelet. Every time Jenny has made an omelet, the Mariners have won. I'm trying to get her to make an omelet during every Mariners game. But like, isn't that weird, guys? I don't know, dude. This shit is just very strange. TPUSA is bottoming out, and these guys are, you know, now there's this thing. Oh, right now, let's look online. Okay, shall we look online? Because so what happened was immediately following this. Okay, immediately following this, everybody was right. All the fucking, you know, the propaganda has started. Okay, we've watched all of these clips. There was, okay, those are other ones. See, this is the TPUSA guy who made a video. We're going to look at that later. So then the propaganda began, guys. Okay, let's just do this. Let's look, shots fired. Okay, Trump's unharmed. So here's what we got. All right. And so now there's whatever. I ask that we recommit resolving our differences peacefully. Oh, look at that. And the, like, dude. All right, whatever. Dude, here's the Trump clip afterwards.
Believe me, because, you know, it's my life. And I want to live because I want to make this country great. That's why I want to live. But when you're impactful, they go after you. When you're not impactful, they leave you alone.
Yeah. See, you see what he's doing there, though? Oh, I just want to help the country. No, he doesn't. He wants to stay out of prison, and he wants to loot, and he wants to punish all his enemies. And when you're impactful, dude, he's not been impactful at all, right? He's implying that because supposedly, if somebody shoots in the lobby of the hotel, it's because he thinks he's fucking Abe Lincoln. Bro, not buying it. Dude, Pinky Parker, let's go! Yeah, boss! Dude, Redbone, the Republicans are so committed to the lies. I think we should watch his press conference. We should suss this out. Police, state digital IDs, and ballrooms. I mean, I just don't know what they're going to do next, okay? Because there's going to be a spinoff, guys. There's going to be a spinoff. Now, let's look at Cole Thomas Anderson, okay? Let's look at Cole Thomas Anderson because they did, right? They announced this. You know, everybody's like leaving, whatever, blah. They're like getting Trump out of there. People are going, but let's look at, okay, here's the video of them taking everybody out. Dude, Trump falls down because he can't fucking walk, right?
There's the president being escorted. The president being escorted out one side. The vice.
Now, did you see how they took the vice president first? Like, what the fuck is that, bro? Dude, they take the vice president out first? Yeah, that's weird. And like, dude, right? What is this? You know, I mean, guys, have you seen like the Reagan assassination? Like, you know, if you look at the Reagan video, hold on. Let me just show you something here, dude. Okay. Here's the Reagan video. Okay. Look at this shit.
Ronald Reagan was 2 months into his presidency.
You see that?
John Hinckley Jr. drew a $29.
All right, you see that? I'm not going to look at the chaos there, but did you see how that played out? Like, bro, they fucking jumped on him. Everybody jumps into action, okay? There was like, they had Reagan all covered up, and they're all fucking piling on the guy, and it is like instantly they got Reagan out of there covered. I mean, there's like, just they grab and drag and move, okay? This shit is like wild, okay? Now let's go back to this video, all right? Look at this, they grabbed JD, dude. They took JD first. They haven't even talked to the president over here. Look at this. Dude, the camera's over here. They're grabbing him by the shirt, right? But like, look, guys, do you see a problem with this? Okay? Just look at this right here. What is the problem with this? With this Secret Service, guys? If the shooter was in the ballroom over here, the ballroom is on this side. If the shooter was in the ballroom, JD Vance is not even protected. Dude, they're like, you know what I mean? They're not even in front of him. They're like pulling him up. The ballroom where supposedly there's a shooter is over here. They're like, here, let us stand you up while you get shot by the dude right in front of you. Like, dude, you know what I mean? It's fucking funny, bro. They haven't even talked to Trump yet, dude. Vance is out. Dude, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to think, guys. It's like, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but this feels like reality TV. Pine box like now. Let's go, Felicia. Dude, it feels so staged, bro. Okay? It does. It feels so staged. And then, like, Trump, they haven't even pulled Trump out. Now some guy comes in with a rifle, and now they're like, oh, we better get Trump out. Dude, Trump falls. Dude, Trump down. Oh, I fell. Oh.
There's the president being escorted. The president being escorted out one side.
Did I miss yours? All right, I'll go back and get it. Dude, Felicia. Oh, we got that one. Let's go. All right, May Money says, not that hard to get someone that be sleep at the meetings. Let me off this damn train. I'm sick of this. Good Lord. Let's go, May Money. Dude, we are all tired, dude. Run, Dumpy, run. Pinky, let's go. I mean, guys, dude, Canal. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you, boss. Dude, Canal coming in hot. Thank you, boss. Dude, we're halfway there. Let's go. Dude, Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Let's go. Dude, Jenny Faye Muppet says telenovelas and Lifetime movies have better actors and plot lines than this administration. All right, I think we're all caught up. Yes, we're all caught up. It is, guys, it is so hard because I simply don't have any faith that this administration is telling us the truth because of how they've lied and set up and fucking, right? You know what I'm saying? Because of how they've lied and set up, and there's all these fucking, like Alex Preddy pulled his gun on the ICE officers. Renee Good used her car as a battering ram, was trying to drive over all the ICE people, right? Iran has, committed to a ceasefire in the Strait of Hormuz. Your electricity bill is going to be in half, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It is very like, they're so filled with liars, right? So filled with liars. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember the racist video of Trump, right? The racist video that Trump posted of Michelle and Barack Obama as apes. And he said, oh, yeah. No, that was the Lion King, right? And then, oh, wait, the best one. Him when he mocked Jesus and posted a picture of him as Jesus with the glowing orb. And he said he thought he was a doctor. Yes. Oh, yeah, Trump. Sure. Just woke up from a day nap to this. Yeah, I'm sorry, May Money. I wish it was less fucking like bad reality TV stuff closed in those hams. Dude, Pinky, let's go. Oh, shit. So, yeah, I mean, look at this shit. All right, there's Stephen Miller. Oh, my God, using his pregnant wife as a human shield. Look at that, dude. What is he doing, boss? He's like got her in front of him as he exits. Dude, the Lion King, all right? All right. Now, let's see. Look at this, though. You ready? Look at this, guys. Here we go. Look at what they're already starting with, guys. Look at Scott Pressler. Look at their refrain. Dear Leader Thune and our Republican Senate majority, since Democrats are literally trying to assassinate President Trump, can you come back to Washington, D.C. and pass the Save America Act before Democrats have an opportunity to win back power? I mean, isn't that funny that they're basically just saying, hey, if we pass this bill, there's no way that the Democrats can win, right? You know what I'm saying? If we pass the SAVE Act, the Democrats can't win the election. They're just wide open with it, guys. They're right on out with it, right? If they pass that bill, we simply cannot win the election. That's interesting. Okay, because remember, Razzie Award for Erika Kirk. Yes, Mick Corbin, let's go. Because remember, guys, remember how they say voter ID, okay? Voter ID, voter ID. Well, I want to show you something, okay? I want to show you something here, guys. Look at this. Ready? This is the election result in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago, April 9th, okay? Democrats won 60% to 39 for a Supreme Court seat. 60-40 in Wisconsin. Guess what, guys? Wisconsin has voter ID. Wisconsin has voter ID, guys, and the Democrats still won 60-40. But according to MAGA, everywhere where there's not voter ID is only where Dems win. Because when there's voter ID, then none of the illegals can vote. And so therefore, right? But dude, we win all the time in voter ID states. Absolutely. Okay? All the time. Dude, Kim, they dine while the soldiers eat gray goop. Yes, it's true. It's true. All right, guys. We're 22 away. 10 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Welcome to all the new faces around here tonight. I know there's definitely more people here because like the day's events were a little crazy. We are still trying to make sense of this. I mean, guys, if you're new, you're just coming around for the first time. I am having a hard time believing that any of this shit is real. It felt very staged to me. I have been talking for months about how I thought there were going to be more assassination attempts on, like weaved into this because the Republican morale is so low. TPUSA has been gutted. There 20-point swings, even in red districts nationwide. Trump's approval ratings in the shitter. He's accomplished none of his campaign promises, not even like the mass deportations. So they are very dejected. So they need to drum something up. However, guys, I see a couple of things with this. Like, we're already seeing people online talk about how Thune, you got to get back here and you got to pass the SAVE Act. We can't let Dems have power because they're trying to kill Trump, right? That's going to be their refrain. They're going to try to bring Charlie Kirk into this. They're going to try to turn this into leftists. Now, you may have noticed what has been going on for the last week, guys. For the last week, there have been massive news stories about Hasan Piker and about social murder and about, oh my God, leftists believe murder is okay. Leftists think shooting people is a way they solve their problems. That's literally been our narrative for the whole week, okay? And now what do you know? There's another shooting that wasn't a shooting because the guy didn't shoot anyone and he never got in the ballroom, but he just ran through the lobby and shot some glass windows, and then he got stripped naked and taken away. And he has a court date on Monday. And, there's some footage, and Trump had a press conference saying this is why we need the ballroom with the medical facilities and the bunker underneath. And voila, here we are with these guys saying, hey, you should nuke the filibuster now because we got to pass this bill and make sure that Democrats can't win an election. That's really what they want. Because, guys, let me just tell you, 2024 was an anomaly. They won by 1.4%, and only because Democrats were at each other's throat, and we didn't even have a candidate because Joe Biden dropped out, and all this chaos ensued, and we were so divided, and they barely won. If we had had our shit together, if there had been no Gaza, if we had had a decent candidate, they would have gotten trounced even in 2024. They cannot win in a regular election unless there's some major hang-up gutting our party, or they pass the SAVE Act where they can start kicking people off rolls. Pinky says, let's go. Dude, let's go. Jason's Australiana. Yay, 60 years old and 10 years sober. Let's go, boss. I am 56 and 19 years sober. It'll be 19 years in June. Okay, this shit looks staged as fuck. It certainly does, Pika. Welcome, new punks and weirdos. Let's go, Pinky. Jason's Australiana. 2 more from the room mob. Those are from people from Australia. Let's go. Dude, Pine Box Watch. clots, and prayers. Thank you, Pinky. All right, guys, 16 away, baby. 7 minutes, 16 away. We did an expanded goal tonight since we have so many new visitors. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we have a few more things to watch. All right. We have a few more things to watch. We're going to get and look at some of these roles. But let's look at the Dana White clip, okay? Because they talked to Dana White, and here's what he said.
Inside, they started up. All of a sudden, it just started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
So you were on the aisle. What exactly?
I was sitting. We were sitting right in front of the table.
Okay.
Right in front of where the president was.
Dude.
And what exactly happened? So someone got tackled, or like what?
Nobody got tackled, but guys came in looking for shooters, and they came toward our table. I thought the shooter was over by us or something.
Dude, the guys came in looking for shooters. They didn't cover up Trump or JD. They pulled them up with their chest facing the room. I mean, dude, doesn't it seem like he just came out of a theater performance, guys? Right? Doesn't it seem like he just came out of some, like, hey, you know, tonight's theater performance is, you know, live. You participate in assassination theater, right? You know, it's just very, very bizarre. And again, that Fox News call where they muted that woman and never brought her back, very bizarre. All right, guys, so somebody is bringing Paula out. Let me go back. We got, what does Paula think about this? Ella, we're going to find out in 1 second. Right? And the message I wanted was censored. Let's dance. Let's go, Petrazi. Blue wave incoming. Yes, Pinky Parker. And I do want to touch on something Natalie said. New viewers, me, Paula, yes. All right, so I'm going to give Paula in 1 second. But Natalie made a point that I think is important, is even in the media blitz about Hasan, okay? And even in my tweets about this, because I had a bunch of people send me death threats about this, because Hasan never said, he was never cheering Luigi on. He never said, like, we should do this. This is a good thing. He just simply said that, like, with the horrors of the medical industry, the health insurance industry, and the concept that corporations can just kill people, he's like, he understands how somebody could get so frustrated with the system and fucking snap. Okay? It doesn't mean you agree with it. It doesn't mean you like are like, yeah, cheering it on. It's like simply the fact that, yeah, when companies are killing people en masse, it's like the fact that some lunatic or somebody who's really stressed out may fucking flip out and start shooting people. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not condoning it, but you're just understanding that, like, yeah, if you live in a pressure cooker, it's like Fight Club. Okay? The reference I used is, you know, Luigi shooting the CEO is horrifying. But those health insurance companies cutting out fucking coverage and hiding their profits and shit to bypass the 80-20 rule in order to avoid the Obamacare restrictions and people dying, that is just as horrifying. And like, so it's like, of course, people that are in a horrifying system where insurance, you pay your whole life and then they reject you and they leave you saddled with debt or your family members die. Like, naturally, somebody may one day go Fight Club on that shit. Okay? Because, of course, dude, like, I understand how that would happen. Now, that doesn't mean I condone it. It's not going to solve the problem. I don't think it's a good answer for the thing. But the fact of the matter is like, when you oppress people and you take advantage of them and you fuck them over and you put them in a system that does nothing but harm them, the whole time that these wealthy people run around with smiles because they're getting rich as shit, like, you are creating a pressure cooker that maybe some people are going to go Fight Club on that system. That's understandable. Now, I do want to make one more statement that I'm going to say after this. You ready? Let's get this dance party, and then I'll tell you. Pinky says, whoa! Dude, Baby Peach, let's go. Great name. Let's go. All right, we got Shelly, pine resistant to decay, bugs generally affordable. I presume you're talking about the box, right? And Emmy says, Trump and the GOP are trying to energize their base with the siege mentality approach instead of working for the people. Exactly. Misplaced priorities. They're trying to make it into they're going to kill us. If we ever let them have power again, they're going to kill us all. Right? That's their thing. Like, you're going to be in danger. We need 7 more. Pine Box dance partner. LFG, let's go, guys. We had a minute and a half. 7 more. We got this. Oh, we got this. Dance party will be secured. And 7 more, baby. Oh, shit. Last minute. So what I was going to say about the health insurance thing, I think if Luigi did it, okay, if he in fact did it, I think that is horrible. Vigilante justice is not an answer, right? And yet I still do understand how somebody can feel so let down and oppressed by the system in America that they could lash out like that and take action. I do understand it because of the feeling that, like, nobody's listening, nobody's changing this shit, nobody's fighting for them. Dude, sinful, let's go. I don't condone it. I don't think it's an answer, but I understand why people crack under the pressures of that type of stuff. Last 30 seconds, guys. We're 6 away, baby. Let's get it. This is it. This is the final countdown. 5 more. Pine Box or Dirt Nap. Let's go, Gen X-Ray Dragon. 24 more, dude. Jenny Faye Muppet. Let's go. We're 4 away. 15 seconds. Here we go. 3 away, dude. Annie up Dance Pucks. 2 away, Baby Peach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1 away, dude. 3, 2, Tony's in. Let's go. The party told you to reject evidence, and there it is. We did it. Oh, at the wire, bro. Andrew. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Yes. Oh my God, Kilo Charlie. Let's go, dude. We got it at the wire. Now, here comes Paula White. Sakatara, sakatara. Pinky Parker, let's go. Now, I want to finish my thought on the Luigi situation, okay, guys? And so here was my thought, okay? When it comes to Luigi, I don't condone what he did, and I think what he did was horrifying. And I also understand that when people live inside a system that doesn't give them health care, even when they buy health insurance, they get denied, they get rejected, they get taken advantage of, that all of this shit keeps taking their money and giving it to the wealthiest while their country gets plunged in debt and they go bankrupt slowly but surely and they have nothing their whole life. When people live like that and they feel oppressed and hopeless, that yeah, somebody might get whacked out and fucking do something crazy like Luigi or some type of shit like that, like fighting back at the system. I don't condone it, but I understand it. Now, on the flip side, if you send soldiers to a foreign country that maybe they've never been to, they get sent to Iran, or they get sent to Afghanistan, or they get sent to Iraq, and they go in there and they point guns at men that they've never met, that they don't know, that they have no beef with, but they go in there, they point guns at people's heads, and they pull the trigger, and they shoot them and kill them because they were ordered to. I don't condone that behavior either, but that I don't understand. I don't understand how people can go into a foreign country and kill a bunch of strangers for no fucking reason. People that have never done anything to them. They didn't load them with medical debt. They didn't point a gun at them. They didn't rob their house. They did nothing. Okay? If you live in a house if you live in a country where you pay your insurance and you get rejected and shit and somebody dies, I understand why you're angry and you would lash back. Even though I don't condone it, I understand why you would, because that company hurt you. Okay? So now you're going to reach out and lash out against the company. Okay? I don't condone it, but I understand it. But the military being sent into a foreign country and just killing people just because they were ordered to, I don't understand that. And I don't understand ICE pointing guns at U.S. citizens for like trying to drive away from the scene, or because the guy is, you know, like doesn't leave when they tell him to, and they shoot them with guns. I don't understand shooting your own citizens for no reason. I don't understand, you know, cutting the seatbelts and dragging handicapped women out of cars because they won't listen to you as your ICE officering on the streets, right? So there's this weird sort of like thing, because the irony is when I talked about that social murder and when I talked about how, you know, I don't really condone this shit, but I understand it. And I understand a lot of young people are frustrated with the system. And a lot of young people look at what Luigi did and they think like they totally understand why he would want to do that. A lot of young people do, because they're seeing this horrible fucking system that offers them nothing, like maybe the promise of door dashing, like that 60-year-old woman at the White House. And maybe you're going to work your whole life, and if you're, you know, your girlfriend or your husband or wife gets sick, you're going to have to fucking pay all the money you've ever saved to cover the shit your insurance company denies you if you have insurance. And then you're going to have to go DoorDash when you're 70 just to not end up in a homeless tent. Like, yeah, people are frustrated and they don't have a lot of hope when Elon's about to be a trillionaire, you know? So like, I don't know, but those same people that are so bent out of shape about somebody, you know, lashing out at that health insurance company, those same people completely support the military, okay, being sent in and killing strangers. And they completely support cops shooting somebody who merely disobeys them. They don't even have to have committed a crime. If the cop says stop and you keep walking, they're fine with the cop shooting you, right? And it's like, bro, that's bullshit. They were fine with firing double tap missiles into fishing boats in Colombia. They were fine with like kidnapping the leader of Venezuela. They're fine with somebody insider trading, you know, $700 million on oil futures while Donald Trump plays the poly markets. And like, bro, that's a misfunction, because I think what Luigi did was wrong. I disagree with it. I understand why people snap, but I don't think it's an answer. But I also think going to Iraq or going to Iran and firing missiles into that elementary school, that's fucking wrong. And fighting a war for Netanyahu after he's war crimed like 50,000 Palestinians dead. For what? For one attack? You spend 2 years just gutting an entire fucking region because of one attack? That's wrong, okay? Shooting Alex Preddy for nothing was wrong. Shooting Renee Good for nothing was wrong, okay? Deporting people who've committed no crime and roughing them up in the process is wrong. Deporting innocent people to a prison in El Salvador with no hope for them of ever getting out is wrong. So don't fucking talk to me about just Luigi, okay? Because he's wrong, but so is all this other shit, okay? And the other thing is we have a fundamental problem, because when Amazon, okay, steals millions in wages, when Amazon steals wages and Home Depot steals wages and Walmart steals wages and all of them steal millions, nobody who works there gets arrested. Bezos isn't going to get arrested. None of the upper management is going to get arrested. Not even the person who steals the money. They probably have an AI algorithm trimming off, you know, fractions of hours, however they steal it. But like, they steal millions, just millions every fucking month. And they if they get caught, they get a slap on the wrist and they get to go back to stealing. Okay? And they loot and steal and steal and steal and steal. And dude, that's bullshit. Okay? That is bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? That is just like, you can't expect people to not eventually bite back. When you do that, if you let people starve and you give them nothing but, you know, shrinkflation, right? Literally, the last time we went to a store, our 12-ounce can of coffee is now 10, okay? The same price. This thing used to be 16 ounces, then it went to 12 ounces, now it's 10. And the price has either stayed the same or gone up, and the can is getting smaller, bro. And meanwhile, the executives are getting huge raises. Elon Musk is going to be a trillionaire, and he's like threatening to primary the whole fucking Congress. And like, I can't go to the store and even buy a can of coffee without that shit shrinking every 3 months, you know? So like, bro, like when people lash out, man, I mean, to me, I'm just surprised it doesn't happen more often. You know, corporations steal from us every fucking day, bro. Every day, man. Dude, even my YouTube Premium, guys, my YouTube Premium, I have the family plan. It was $17.99 2 years ago. Then it went up to $22.99 2 years ago. Okay. So it was like, I had it for a year at $17.99. Then a year later, it went up to $22.99. And then 2 years later, it went up to $26.99. So it has gone up 50% in 3 years. 50% higher. What the fuck, dude? And they're not offering me anything more for that money. They're offering me nothing more for that money. And in fact, you ready for this? You know what they're going to do? Is they're probably going to keep raising it, and then eventually they're going to give me ads too. They're going to eventually say, okay, now it's up to $35.99, but now we're adding ads. But if you want to pay $60 a month, you can get the one with no ads. And literally you can't change anything, because once you integrate the use of it into your life, now you have to lose it, right? You have to keep increasing the amount of money you give to them, or they're going to take it away from you, right? And they're offering you nothing more. They're offering you no, like you don't get, for that ever increasing subscription price, they don't offer you like new features. You just get the same shit you've always had, and you pay more for it every month, you know? Dude, it's crazy. The system is corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Right? Dude, Fred, we don't need to hear you, boss. There you go. Zap it. If you don't like the way I talk, boss, don't hang out. All right? You don't have to be here. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Right? If you don't like me, go away. Dude, let's go. Someone said to get into the hotel, there was no security at all. Security only for the ballroom. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, dude, they should lock down the whole thing. All right, let's watch another clip or two. I do want to show you guys, I wanted to show you this because I thought this was really interesting. Because let's look at the shooter, okay, the Cole Allen. His name is Cole Thomas Allen, okay? And immediately after they identified him, and they identified him as a teacher, look at the tweets that started coming out, guys. Was breaking, you know, White House Correspondents' Dinner, shooter identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance. He is in custody. The individual was named Teacher of the Month in December 2024. And look at this shit. Says, we have a huge problem with radicalized teachers in America. This raises serious questions about what is happening in our schools. But like, look at this, guys. They're like Democrat, teacher, California, right? Oh, we got to pass the SAVE Act. Now we got to like get draconian with the schools. We got to fire a bunch of teachers and replace them with like Bible preaching fucking weirdos, right? We got to take a bunch of MAGA shitters and put them in all the teaching jobs because these radicalized teachers are now shooting the president. Isn't that crazy? Truth and passion, Tommy. It's why we appreciate you. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, we're in the moment, boss. We are. We're in the moment. Okay? Fucking go, dude. All right. I want to make sure we're all caught up. Dude, crazy. So there's stuff, guys. If we look at this shit, okay? If we look at this stuff, they're already, okay? They're already fucking going through. Okay, look at this. They're putting some things about like political violence, right? You know what I mean? And they're right away, dude. Right away, they're like putting out this shit. These polls talking about political violence, trying to say, oh, liberals like violence. Here they're taking some quote of Hasan from like 6 years ago. Dude, this quote is so old. Okay, this quote that they're using, they're cutting it out of context where he's riffing and he's like, you know, being like I do when I grab the phone and like being like so over the top, whatever, in the middle of a riff from like 6 years ago. And they're saying that he's, you know, encouraging people to kill people. I mean, it's all fucking bullshit. Okay. And look at this. Exactly right. And they just tried to assassinate the president again, right? Okay. Right. Look at this. They're all over this, all over liberals say, you know, justified using violence. Liberal violence. Okay. And right. And let's see a little bit about this suspect, shall we? Let's look at the suspect for a minute here. We're going to get to that TPUSA thing too. So his name is Cole Thomas Allen. Yeah, I don't know why the guy was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why the guy was naked. All right. I have no idea. And they have him under a Mylar blanket. Right. I did ask, like, wondering like how much is he getting paid? Dude, what is this, dude? Dude, what is this shit? Look at this shit, dude. Look at this tweet. What the fuck, bro? This tweet from a Henry Martinez account with a bunch of numbers, December 21st, 2023. And this tweet just says Cole Allen. That's the guy from 2023, right? December 21st, 2023. Somebody just tweets Cole Allen. Dude, with no what the fuck, bro. Right? What the hell, boss? That's not sus at all. Right? Everybody from both sides of the aisle are like looking on this, okay? It's the only tweet made by this account from fucking, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. It's the only tweet on his account, guys. Okay? He has no replies. He has no media, no nothing. He has one tweet on his entire account and is from December 21st of 2023. And it says Cole Allen. Bro. What the fuck, dude? Dude. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Isn't that weird? But guys, how could it be a conspiracy theory? This is from 2023. December 21st, 2023, man. Yeah. The same month he joined. $3,000 followers. They all look like bots, though. Right? I don't think any of these are real. Dude, what the fuck is this, bro? Yeah, it's a Groiper frog too with a drink. Dude. There's no way, dude. Yeah, it's a groiper with a bow tie. Dude, this is just fucking weird, bro. Like, whoa. It is the Pepe Frog. One tweet on the whole account. Dude, crazy, right? Crazy. That shit is wild, dude. I mean, you know, I think people are going to go into the Wayback Machine and probably be looking at that guy, but that's fucking crazy. Okay, so here's the guy. All right, here's the guy. This is him. This is Cole Thomas Allen. Okay? So here's what it says. You ready? All right, so let's look at this. Here's somebody, okay, who's replying to this. Let's look at some of this footage here. So this guy says, all right, I'll be that guy. He says, in the room, before the panic, you hear 5 shots. The video Trump posted shows the guy run through and the agents drew guns. Cole Thomas Allen had a makeshift shotgun, not an automatic rifle. So this guy is theorizing that Cole Thomas Allen isn't even the guy who shot, okay? Because he didn't fire 5 shots with a fucking makeshift shotgun, okay? Agents shoot center mass. Something stopped the shooter. He's shown on the ground, chest and back exposed. Where did the agent shoot him? What stopped him? Where is the blood? There's no blood, right? Why is his vein not indicating he's in pain or distress? I mean, look at him. He's totally relaxed, okay? He does not look shot. There's no blood on the carpet. If this guy had been shot, he would have been bleeding. There'd be blood. If you guys have seen a gunshot, dude, there's a lot of blood, especially if they had shot him in the fucking stomach area, right? Yeah, I don't think he was shot. Okay, I think he ran through, the agent shot out the glass, and he just hit the deck, right? I mean, this is what's crazy, right? Ken Klippenstein is now going to work on this, but this is the guy that they're saying is the shooter, right? I mean, I don't know, dude. You know, he's a teacher, okay? He's a 31-year-old teacher from California, right? He turned 31 2 weeks ago, right? And there he is. He's under the Mylar blanket. Says, this person says, meet Cole Thomas Allen from Torrance, California, the alleged shooter. I'm kind of tired of this theater. Another lone shooter, somehow smart enough to get through the best security in the world, fire multiple times as they told us and hit no one, but still traumatize everyone, especially Erika Kirk. I have no tolerance for this stage bullshit anymore. And guys, that's how I feel too, okay? Because think about this. You have Cole Thomas Allen, who is a teacher that now feeds into their radicalized teacher narratives. We better put Club America, TPUSA needs to be in every high school now because the teachers are shooting at the president. But we have this guy who runs through with a makeshift shotgun, like he gets into this building. They don't cordon off the whole building. They don't have the building secure. The president, who supposedly has been assassinated or had his life attempted 3 times, they say, but a president who's had 3 attempts on his life, notice the air quotes, they're not securing the whole building. So this guy with a makeshift shotgun just runs right through their security. And then he doesn't get wounded. He gets captured. Dude, this shit stinks to high heaven, bro. Okay? This shit stinks to high heaven, boss. Okay? And then look at this. He says, registered Democrat, teacher from California. Now, here's what I said. Okay? Now, what I said is this, guys. Okay? Here's what I said. I said this. I said, let me guess. The shooter will have one dono from Act Blue. That's what I said, guys. I was like, this guy's going to have one dono, just like Thomas Crooks had one Act Blue dono, right? And so I was like, dude, there's going to be one dono. And sure enough, there was one dono, okay? Right? And now look at this. They're saying shooter Cole Allen seen here in Instagram post wearing an IDF sweatshirt. Okay? Oh, shit. Dude, I mean, we don't know if this is fake. This could be AI, but here's somebody saying it was an IDF sweatshirt. Right? Dude, look at this. Thank God Trump is okay. Who else is going to protect pedophiles and support a foreign country's genocide? Dude. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, bro. Yeah, this is the thing of him. They're saying he had an IDF sweatshirt on. Now, again, though, guys, this is like probably AI. I'd bet $1 million that's AI. Dude, we have seen this movie before. All right. So Trump and Melania safely evacuated. Dude, somebody says they're bawling their eyes out right now. Dude, if you're crying, all right, so here, you ready? Here's what he's saying about somebody was shot.
One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does.
Dude, like, I find none of this believable, right? Dude, have we talked to the pilots, right? Do those pilots even exist that got rescued? Like a plane went down, but has anybody talked to any of the pilots? Do those guys exist? Does this guy who got shot with a very good bulletproof vest? Dude, yeah, dude, Mark Wayne they both look like they're drunk, dude. I don't know, man. Right? This shit, it feels so fake. Right? Dude, and Elon's fucking piping in there. Right? And they're saying, oh, he's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. Blah, blah, blah. Dad. All right. So let's see here. You ready? Let's see what he says. Let's see Kash's intro.
General, thank you, Mr. President. The president's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country, and that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect.
Dude, subdue and take down the suspect. Bro, guys, this is the worst reality TV show, right? He is polishing the knob, dude. He is like, oh, Please don't fire me, Trumpy. Come here, give me that knob. Oh, yeah, there you go, Daddy. Oh, you're so... Oh, here, next, he goes, you are the light of my life. You light up my life. Trumpy, you give me hope to carry on. You light up my days. You don't fire me at the FBI. You are so good. Oh, you will put you on Mount Rushmore. Oh, Melania's not a whore. Let me polish that knob. Dude, right? Oh, shit, dude. Elf, let's go. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Dude, Elf! Let's go, dude! Thank you, boss! Going fucking crazy, dude. Everybody go show Elf some love. Holy shit. Bro, dude, he is... Guys, he is polishing. Like seriously. Like that knob, like Trump's knob is like sparkling, bro. There are people walking by with monocles like they're looking at diamonds. The knob is so polished. Dude, you serve, there's no way you can support this guy? Yeah, no, these guys are
Safeguard
clowns.
the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel.
All right, ooh, safeguarding the lives of thousands of individuals. All right, so should we watch, you ready? So look at this. You ready? Watch this, guys. Okay, this is Kari Lake. Okay, this is MAGA. Yes, she has blocked me because she's soft, okay? But this is Kari Lake commenting about the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Natalie, if you have that link that you were going to share, I would love to see it. And guys, we know Kari is like a fucking reptilian, okay? She's a lizard person, but look at what she says, though. She says, I can't believe how lax the security was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight. Upon entering, nobody asked to visibly inspect my ticket, nor asked for my photo ID. Whoa, guys, that's crazy. It's easier to get in the room with the president than it is to go to a Republican voting booth. Like, what do you mean, bro? They want to make your ID? They want to make you have an ID to use the voting booth? Dude, hold on. I got to tweet this, boss. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, shit. Dude, yeah. Dude, it's easier to fucking get into the room with the president than it is to get into a voting booth. She said all one had to do was flash what appeared to be a ticket, and they were fine with that. When you consider you are entering a room full of fake news media, 90% of whom hate the president, you would think they would have better security. This is what happened when what sounded like gunfire erupted. On the way out, I called out a bunch of the disgusting media who've been pushing hatred towards President Trump for years. They are a big part of the discord in this country. Okay? Dude, let's see. We got some people who is that? Dude, is that Kristi Noem? Who is this? Is this Kristi Noem and her husband Brian? Is he there with the balloon animals or what? I don't know. It sort of looked like Kristi Noem. Like she was all Ozempic'd out, right? They're all hanging out.
What happened?
Dude, turn your phone sideways or something. Dude, do you know how to post the video horizontally? Like, who uploaded this video, dude? Seriously. Like, do they not know how to use... Do they not know how to use fucking the internet? Like, bro, like, fucking rotate that shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. This shit just seems pretty fake, dude, huh? Yeah, Erika Kirk was seen running through backstage in tears saying, I just want to go home. Oh, dude. Oh, Erika. Oh, Erika. Oh, the troubled one. Erika Kirk leaving the White House dinner. Dude, this is amazing. Look at this, guys. We have it. Official footage. Watch this, guys. Erika Kirk leaving the White House dinner. You ready? This is tough. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, so good. Dude, that is totally Erika Kirk. Oh, shit, bro. That is so Erika Kirk, dude. All right, so this is some footage of something.
Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Downstairs, left, downstairs. Wait. Where's it coming from? Over there. Where's it coming from?
Dude.
Crossfire! Look out!
Bro, somebody go.
Dude, they're running around. Dude. What are we watching, bro?
We got one down.
Dude. Dude.
What the
Dude, this is like the worst reality TV show ever, bro. Guys, here, can I just say, okay? Here's the deal, guys. You ready? Since Trump decided to run for the presidency, okay? And he decided to run for the presidency after he committed an insurrection. He lied about 2020 and committed an insurrection. Since then, he has supposedly been assassination attempts like 4 times. Somebody killed Charlie Kirk. And the more you look at it, the more it seems like TPUSA and maybe Benjamin Netanyahu, okay? He's ceding territory in the Middle East. He went to war with Iran for Benjamin Netanyahu. His family is getting wealthy as shit from the Middle East. He's taking $400 million jets. He's taking billions out of the government. They're insider trading on all of his moves with Iran. Electricity bills are spiking. Food bills are spiking. The tariffs blew up. Farmers don't have fertilizer. Farms are going bankrupt. So it's been nothing but political violence, chaos, mayhem. Citizens are getting shot by ICE, running around with masks. They're deporting people to foreign prisons. Like, enough is enough, okay? We need to, like, Democrats need to take back every branch of government, impeach this motherfucker, and kill this guy's agenda and try and slow the chaos. All of this is just a nonstop chaos, okay? Nonstop chaos and lies and fake drama and no accomplishments whatsoever other than Trump like having his name on all sorts of buildings and shit. But like we literally, yeah, and the Epstein files have been buried. His fucking personal lawyer, Trump's personal lawyer, is now the head of the DOJ. And this guy did not get confirmed. He's been like pushed in there after Pam Bondi got fired. So again, they confirm the DOJ head and then they replace her with his personal lawyer. Like, bro, the Epstein shit, his name's in there like a million times and that shit's all buried. Like, enough is enough, bro. Let's like put this fucking guy out to pasture, man. Seriously. Like, bro, we just gotta be done with this, man, you know?
Oh my God. Stay down, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, stay down.
Dude, the National Guard are standing there with like no guns drawn. Other guys are running around with guns. Where are their sidearms? Dude, I don't know, bro. Like, dude, and they have no, look at, they closed the door. Nobody comes in there. So there's guys in that other room. They're like closing the door. Like, what the fuck, dude? And what is this going to be? This is going to be like, we're going to get no details. Like, dude, we never saw Trump's ear when it was wounded. We never saw a wounded ear. Okay? From Butler, we never even saw a wounded ear. We never saw a medical report. We never saw a medical report on Trump from that shooting. We never saw anything. We never saw anything about that. We saw one Act Blue fucking donation and they tried to blame it on leftists. They said he was trans, right? Then with Charlie Kirk, dude, we haven't seen shit about Charlie Kirk. TPUSA guys are taking like footage out of cameras, right? And you talk about who did it and you get fired, like whatever, covered up. Now this guy, Cole Thomas Allen, is supposedly a teacher, okay? Shit is crazy, all right? And look at this. It says a teacher from Torrance, California. It appears he donated to Act Blue. Look, another radicalized Democrat. Okay, but like, dude, one donation in October of 2024. Like, bro, that's a radicalized Democrat. You know what I mean? And you know, and what he's giving a donation through Act Blue, but the memo is earmarked for Harris for president, right? And the recipient, it was to Hybrid PAC. So look at that, though. It's like Hybrid PAC with non-contribution account, non-qualified, like, and Massachusetts. Like, what the fuck, bro? What is Hybrid PAC? You know what I mean? Like, he gives $25. It says Cole Allen, right? Torrance, California teacher, right? $25. Dude, this is just so weird. He's a game developer, an engineer, scientist, teacher from LA, right? I don't know, man, right? Reportedly, a registered Democrat was named Teacher of the Month. He was Teacher of the Month, boss, right? And this is the guy, dude. You know what I'm saying? Dude, this is wild, bro. This shit is like, I don't know what to make of this stuff.
We didn't know at first, but then we heard from our own security. So we didn't know at first, but then we heard from our own security that they heard shots fired. And now we do have Secret Service telling us, obviously I want to know this is only one Secret Service member, but a member of security is here telling us that there is a shooter who is confirmed dead, and now we are kind of basically locked inside the ballroom. But basically, they were saying,
so they told Caitlin Collins there was a shooter that was confirmed dead. Huh? Yeah, that's weird. Nope, wrong. Nope, he's alive. He's a teacher. He's a Democrat. He's got pronouns in his bio. He has, right? Watch, they're gonna unearth like a notepad in his house where it's gonna say that like, oh, everybody says Trump is Hitler. Maybe I should go visit Trump. Dude, they're leaking false info to CNN. Teacher of the month. Weird, huh? Now there's a bunch of people outside this guy's house, right, in Torrance. I used to live in Redondo Beach, which is right next to Torrance, right? I used to play a club in Torrance called Frogs. All right. So this is some footage of somebody, like some footage of supposedly they're saying this is the guy, I think, that got shot in the bulletproof vest or whatever. But again, there's no, this person's not stopping and getting footage. They're walking by a post. I don't even know what that video footage is. And again, you ready? So look at this. So what the fuck is this, bro? So this is getting weird, guys. Okay? Because you ready? So this is getting strange. Because there's like, dude, scroll up to Natalie. What has Natalie got up there? A bunch on his sister, on Cole Allen's sister? Okay, so we'll look at that. But guys, there's something weird here. Let's look at this thread, okay? Because this thread is weird, okay? Because this thread is saying that there is the shooter. They're saying the shooter had a research fellowship at JPL. As in one of the same labs that the scientists who have gone missing over the past 2 years have been associated with. And according to this thread, it says, is it a wild coincidence that Cole Thomas Allen reportedly participated in NASA Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship at JPL? Now, JPL is fucking, right? JPL, Caltech, that's in Pasadena, California. Okay? It's one of NASA's research centers known for the leading robotic space exploration. Okay? And so it says here that Cole Allen, he was part of JPL's like undergraduate fellowship. This is a while ago, 10 years ago. All right. But then Adam goes on to say, he lists a couple of the other fucking like people, the missing scientists. Says one concern, just like with the CIA oversee deaths, was if Trump had sold off classified information of top credentialed scientists to foreign adversaries, because 11 top scientists had all died or disappeared under mysterious circumstances. A very weird overlap. Okay, so remember, guys. Okay, Trump had, when he left the presidency the first time, he left with a whole bunch of state secrets. Okay, and remember this too, guys. There was other suspicion that Trump had left with classified information about Iran, and that maybe he had given that shit to Saudi Arabia or Qatar or other Arab countries. Now, Saudi Arabia gave Jared Kushner $2 billion. And when they raided Mar-a-Lago looking for that classified information, there was a lot of grumbling that Trump may have taken some information about Iran. Okay? and given it to Saudi Arabia, who then were sponsoring his golf tournaments, Live, right? Then you got Qatar giving him a $400 million jet. I mean, you know, a lot of suspicion that Trumpy had sold some shit. Okay? And also the random Twitter account, the Cole Allen, remember, guys? Remember this Twitter account? Hold on. Remember, we have this weird coincidence, okay, where 3 years ago, an account named Henry Martinez posts only one tweet. Only one tweet. It just says Cole Allen in December of 2023. Look at this, okay? Ready? So we have a Henry Martinez published at NASA in 2014. So the same year that Cole Allen was at NASA in 2014 at that JPL thing, there was a Henry Martinez, okay, that was also at NASA in 2014, right? This is the single account. And so there's some guy in, right? A Henry Martinez. Is that the same Henry Martinez? We don't know. That's weird, guys. That's fucking weird. All right. So what else do we have here? Let's go back to this. So the random, he was also at NASA. So in case you walked into this, we have a weird one tweet Twitter account that tweeted the name Cole Allen back in December of 2023. And the teacher, Cole Allen, who supposedly was running through the lobby with a gun, was at a NASA summer program at JPL in Pasadena in the summer of 2014. And that same summer, Henry Martinez, a guy named Henry Martinez, was working at NASA. That's pretty wild. I mean, dude, you know, there's probably not that many. Certainly not that many Cole Allens that were at NASA in 2014. All right, now we have some information about Cole Allen's sister. Okay, and here it is. It says Cole Allen's sister, Avriana Allen, developed voter guides for Cal Matters and holds elite journalism credentials. Avriana Allen, 27, of DC, is his sister. Okay, and public records confirm the sibling relationship through their shared mother, Kathleen Allen, prior family address in Torrance. Avriana worked as a full stack web developer at Cal Matters. That's a left-leaning nonprofit. Okay, please get your son. Please get your son another job. Let's go, dude. Elf, let's go, dude. He's got to get a job. I did get him a birthday present though. Let's go, boss. I got him a Tascam digital 8-channel recorder. He wanted a digital 8-track to record music with. One of those Tascam digital, the ones with the 8 faders, 8-channel recorder, digital 8-track. So she works at some election nonprofit, something or other, but she was recently laid off. Okay. She went to Northwestern's media school. This is his sister. She currently works as a junior tooling and support engineer at Pew Research and started last September. So this is his sister there. So, but again, we don't really, right? Some questions, right? There she is, Avriana Allen, right? There he is. Dude, I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. You still have a Tascam 38 reel-to-reel? Let's go. Dude, yeah, this is fucking crazy, bro. And again, this isn't doxing. We're not putting out anyone's personal information. You're allowed to talk about people's names, boss. Right? That is not doxing. Talking about people's names or doxing is like sharing their addresses or their phone numbers or their personal information, which we're not doing. So yeah, that's pretty weird, guys. So again, we don't know what any of this shit means. All right? We don't, dude. We do not know what any of this stuff means. The actual job is tutor. That's interesting, guys. So C2 education is not a teacher. They're tutors. There it is. Here's C2. Oh, it's college prep tutoring. So they are tutoring and boot camps. So he's not a teacher. They're tutors and test prep. Interesting. All right. Yeah, so he works at C2. He's not actually a teacher. He is like a tutor, SAT and ACT prep. Huh. All right. All right. That's a good heads up. Dude, Elf! Dude, you are crazy, dude! Oh, shit! Dude, Elf! No way, bro! Fucking A, dude. Let's go, dude! Thank you, boss! Dude, no way, bro. No way, dude! Oh! Hold on! What do you have to say about that? Dude, no fucking way, dude. You are crazy! Thank you, Elf. Let's go. The Elfinator, baby. Let's go! Dude, he is the quarterback of the fucking chat team, dude. And we, guys, because there were like 1,000 people in chat, we did a bigger dance party goal because there were so many people here. So we're fucking killing it. Crazy. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you. All right, so he was an indie game developer. Right? He created the game Boredom, which billed itself as a non-violent fighting game based on chemistry. So they pulled this shit, I guess, off his LinkedIn. He was also a mechanical engineer for 1 year. I mean, so he was self-employed. So he's been self-employed. So this is kind of weird, guys, because look at this. He apparently was so, I mean, look at what we got, okay? Because he was back in 2014. Yeah, I hate Grums. He's a fucking degenerate, dude. Fuck that guy. But so back in 2014, Cole Thomas Allen, right? Cole Thomas Allen went to JPL in California, in Pasadena, and he participated in a NASA summer research group. Then he was a teaching assistant for 10 months at Caltech. Then he was a mechanical engineer for 1 year. I mean, guys, that's pretty weird, isn't it? I mean, look at this guy's job history. This guy's an anomaly. You're a teaching assistant at Caltech for 10 months, not even a full year, and you don't go back. You're just a TA like one time. Then you're a mechanical engineer for 1 year. Dude, I was an aerospace engineering major. That's pretty weird to be an engineer for 1 year, right? Then he's an indie game developer and a part-time tutor for several years. So like, that's weird. Dude, Kilo Fursuki, let's go. Thank you, Kilo. Dude, that's weird, guys. Okay? I mean, his job history is pretty unusual. Okay? It's unusual. It is. This is pretty bizarre. Hold on, I want to save that. And there's a couple reviews for the game. All right. Look at this, though. Dude, Laura Ingraham. Look at this. You're vilifying the president. Give me a break. Dude, we are on a path to dictatorship, Laura Ingraham. And I'm sorry, Laura. No matter how many fake assassination attempts you stage this year, MAGA, Trumpy, whatever, Heritage Foundation, fuck you guys. We're going to vote you out in November, and we are going to impeach that motherfucker. Okay? We are going to impeach that motherfucker. This is not on us. Okay? We're not the ones using Hitler language. We're not the ones that are calling, every immigrant rapist and shit. We are not the ones running around saying we're going to end civilizations or threatening our allies like Canada and Greenland and Panama and Europe. Okay? We are not the ones running around using doom and gloom, end of the world language. We are not the ones mocking Jesus and pretending to be Jesus in tweets and telling the Pope to fuck off and stealing money from the government. And right? None of that is us. Okay? So none of that is us. I was an aerospace engineering major at UCLA. I out of college or out of high school, I got accepted to Berkeley for mechanical engineering, and I got accepted to UCLA for aerospace engineering. I went to UCLA because I was afraid to I didn't want to move that far away from home. I was afraid to leave home. I was kind of a scaredy cat. And then when I went to UCLA, I switched my major eventually to econ business. And then I switched to English creative writing, and then I quit college to play rock and roll. So guys, Torrance is it's not a town, it's just a suburb. Like everything in LA is suburbs. Torrance is in the South Bay. It's like, where Torrance is, guys? The Forum, okay? The Forum where the Lakers used to play. Now, right, do they still play at the Forum, or they have the Forum is in Inglewood, which is like Torrance and Inglewood are like right next to each other. So if you're thinking about where Torrance is, it's near the Forum, it's near where the Lakers play, and it's right next to Redondo Beach. So it's just south of LAX. They have a new stadium now. Okay. But here, I'll show you on a map so you can see where it is. I used to live right near Torrance. Okay, so here's California, and here it is. So if you look at California, right, you have LA proper up here. Then here's Beverly Hills. UCLA is right here in Westwood. You have the 405 that goes down, and then you go down. LAX is down here, right? The 10 is the freeway that goes across through LA. Take the 405 down. There's LAX. Then you have El Segundo, Manhattan, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, and Torrance is right next door to Redondo, okay? And then Inglewood, where the Forum is right here. So you have Inglewood here. Oh, there's SoFi Stadium, right? And so where's the new fucking Forum? They still do concerts at the Forum, don't they? Right? So there's SoFi, right? The Forum was down there in Inglewood. You go down, there's Hawthorne, Lawndale, and then Torrance. So Torrance is just a South Bay fucking whatever. It's nondescript, dude. Torrance is like it's like mostly a residential neighborhood, right? That's what it is. It's mostly a residential neighborhood, guys. And it's basically above Palos Verdes and next to the beach communities, right? But not like hugely, it's not like a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? Like Torrance isn't. It's not a, it's just whatever, right? It's just a regular fucking, it's just a regular, mostly, nondescript community. It's the one thing I will say about Torrance is this. it's like a mid-level, right? Like the beaches are obviously a little bit more expensive, and Palos Verdes, like down to the south, is like really fancy. That's kind of like, you know, a little bit like Newport, but not in LA County. Rancho Palos Verdes is like, has, you know, these lush homes on a hillside overlooking the water. But then you have the beaches, Redondo, Manhattan, and El Segundo and shit right there. But Torrance is just, you know, blocks after blocks after blocks of regular LA houses. That's like, you know, pretty urban, but like mid-level. It's like not too rough, right? It's not too rough. It's still a town. Yeah, but in LA, they're not really towns. You know what I mean? Because LA's not like that. Like when I think of towns, I mean, it is a city, right? It is the city of Torrance, but like LA cities are like, they all bleed into one another, you know, because if you go to like a town, normally there's a town and then a highway and then another town and then a highway and another town. Whereas in LA, there's a whole bunch of cities, but if you just drove straight across one of those boulevards, you wouldn't know when you were in Torrance or Carson or Redondo, because they are cities, but they all just sort of bleed into one another, right? The only difference is some of them have their own police departments and some of them don't, right? But yeah, it's a pretty chill suburb. I mean, it's mostly just families, guys. Torrance is, and it's not like rough or expensive. It's just like a medium, you know, family sort of. Let me see here. Let's see what the average home price in California is. Okay, so the average home price in Torrance is $965,000, right? And let's see what it is in Redondo Beach. In Redondo Beach, the average, that's pretty chill for Redondo Beach. Average home price is $1.5 million, okay? And Santa Monica, average home price is $1.6 to $2 million. So it's a little bit lower income, right? If you look at Carson, which is right next door, Carson, California is average home price is $600,000. So you have the city to its right. Like, that's another thing. If we look at that, like if we look at this, hold on. I want to make sure I don't dox myself here. So here, let me do this. Okay. So if we look at this here, all right, so here is Compton, okay? This is Compton. This is South Central LA, okay? And so here it's like definitely rougher in Compton. And then Gardena and Carson is a little bit lower income, but not as rough as like Compton, right? But then Long Beach is a little gruff here in northern Long Beach by Signal Hill. But then when you get into Torrance, it is just a mid-priced suburb, okay? And then, you know, it gets more expensive here. And when you get into Palos Verdes and Rancho Palos Verdes, it's like really expensive down there. Like Palos Verdes average home price is, Palos Verdes is $2.4 million, okay? So home prices here are, average home price is $600,000, $900,000, $1.5 million, and $2.4 million, right? And then you go up to Santa Monica, and it's around, that's up here, Santa Monica, it's around like $1.8 million. So it's just a pretty, like, affordable, I know it sounds crazy, but it's affordable compared to, you know, most of California. But yeah, dude, they all blend together. Like, it's not really, there's not anything here that is like super, like, standing out, you know? You know what I mean? Like Torrance. Like, I used to live, I'll show you where I lived. I lived off 190th. Let me show you. I lived off 190th, right by a grade school. Okay, here's 190th, right? And on Morgan Lane, I used to live in a house on Morgan Lane, which was by Prospect and 190th. Here's Morgan Lane. Yeah, there's the grade school. Look at that. This is the grade school. I used to live in one of these houses right here, dude. On Morgan Lane, right off of 190th and Prospect. Right? Isn't that crazy? And it was basically Redondo Beach. Right? We were like 10 blocks from the beach. Dude, 5 of us lived in a crazy house right across from this grade school. Dude, it was wild. We used to go play basketball. They had fucking, you could dunk on the basketball court. It was pretty cool. You could dunk there because they had the low baskets. Dude, that was in the 90s. That was like, what year was that? 92, I think. I lived down there when the riots were. So that was 92, yeah, because I remember my girlfriend at the time, I lived down in Redondo. My girlfriend lived up in La Crescenta, La Cañada, Flint Ridge. Like, I went to high school in Glendale. My girlfriend lived up there. And I lived down in, in Redondo, right here, Prospect and 190th. Right? There it is, Morgan Lane. Where are we? It's in there. There it is, Morgan Lane, right there. Yeah, I lived there in 92, right? That was there. Then my girlfriend and I moved into Hollywood. We moved into, like, up here, Fairfax, La Brea, right? That's where I lived for the rest of the time until I moved to Portland. But pretty wild, dude. So this guy lived right near where I used to live. Because we were basically, we were in Redondo Beach, but we were nearly in Torrance. There was a club called Senior Frogs in Torrance, and we used to play there all the time. But yeah, 190th and Prospect. There we go. There it is. Good old Morgan Lane, baby. Oh, shit, boss. Oh, actually, yeah, I think it was over here. Yeah, there it is. There's the school. So, yeah, pretty wild. Isn't that crazy? No, the riots were, the Rodney King riots were 92. Yeah. End of April to May. Basically right around now, dude. April 29th. It's right around now, 92. You were in Bellflower from 82 to 2000. Dude, I dated a girl from Bellflower. I met a girl at Magic Mountain. That was my fucking girlfriend in fucking Bellflower. Dude, I used to drive down to Bellflower to hang out with her, dude. She was one of my early girlfriends. It's crazy. Yeah, no, it was 92. And then shortly after that, somewhere around there, because in 92, I turned 23. Somewhere around there, we moved, I think that same year, we moved to Hollywood, right? I think, if I remember right, we moved to Redondo Beach in 91, and we were there through 92. I remember we were there during the riots because my motorcycle ran out of gas in Compton on the way back from Jennifer's house. It was another Jennifer I had. And I was coming back from La Cañada, and I ran out of gas in Compton. I had to push it off the freeway, and it was like, dude, it was like a war zone down there. There were like buildings that were like blackened. The walls were rubble. It was fucking crazy. And I was pushing my motorcycle around. I had to find a gas station, and I found a group of people that were sitting on a porch, and they were like, yo, you lost? I'm like, yeah, dude, I need some gas, bro. And they hooked me up. Oh, it was freaky. But then we moved that summer. We moved to Hollywood. Me and my girlfriend did. Because I was living in a house in Redondo. Like I said, there were like 5 or 6 of us in this crazy party house. It was just too much. Isn't that wild? So, yeah. All right. So, dude, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest, guys. I just don't know. Right? I just don't know what to make of all this. Oh shit, dude. Look at this shit, dude. There was a Substack party, and I guess journalists are fighting, guys. Look at this. Dude, Jim Acosta threatened to kick Michael Tracey's ass, dude. Dude, I love it. Can I just tell you guys? I guess there was a Substack party and Jim Acosta threatened to beat up Michael Tracey. Now, you guys know Michael Tracey. He's the guy who harasses the Epstein survivors. Dude, he's a bitch. Dude, he's a bitch. Yeah, I mean, Casa, I'm pretty sure this thing was an inside job, guys. I mean, it feels fake as shit. This guy, this Cole Thomas Allen, we're going to be finding out more about him. And he does, I believe he's going to have a court hearing on Monday. It's going to be interesting to see like who his lawyers are. I'm going to be real interested to see this. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess Jim Acosta threatened to, let's go. Dude. Yeah. Dude, why didn't he just fight him, dude? If he wanted to fight you, dude, I would love to see Michael Tracey get his ass beat. I'd pay money for that, dude. Dude, Tracey has had every bit of his past and private life hidden. That makes sense. That he works for Peter Thiel. That makes sense, guys. Guys, let me just tell you, okay? Peter Thiel, Bannon, Trump, Epstein, Elon Musk, okay? They're all fucking connected, okay? Benjamin Netanyahu, Ehud Barak, Israeli intelligence, they are connected in some way. Vladimir Putin, Rybolev, the Russian oligarch that Trump used his money to buy that property that Epstein wanted, and then Trump, he bought it with Rybolev's money and then sold it to Rybolev for double the money like 2 years later. I mean, Palantir and Elon Musk and all this shit, they are all deeply connected, these guys, with Israel and the surveillance state. I mean, dude, it's crazy. But yeah, dude, this, I would pay good money to see Michael Tracey get his ass beat, right? Look at him. Oh, he's talking tough. I'm literally waiting for you right now, you piece of shit. Oh, dude, why didn't you fight him there at the party, bro? Right? Why didn't you fight him at the party? Dude, what the hell, dude? So look at this. Look at this, though, guys. And there's more information, though. I know he's staying at the Hampton Inn. What a cheap motherfucker, bro. Seriously. What a cheap ass, Michael Tracey. Dude, you're a cheap ass. Hampton Inn. Give me a fucking break, dude. But look at this. Look at what this guy says. Look, not sure what to do with this information, but yeah, Michael Tracey started screaming at Julie K. Brown about Epstein at the Substack party, and Acosta got involved, threatening to fight Tracey outside. So, dude, Michael Tracey was yelling at Julie K. Brown. She's the reporter from the Miami Herald who broke that story. And so Michael Tracey's harassing her at the Substack party. What a bitch, dude. And Acosta's like, you want some? And then Michael Tracey runs back to the Hampton Inn and is like, oh, yeah, meet me outside the Hampton Inn. Oh, come here. Yo, Jim Acosta. Yeah, this is Michael Tracey. Yeah, I'm outside the Hampton Inn. Come get me. Chicken shit. Dude. He's like, yo. And Acosta's like, yo, Tracey, dude, why you staying at the Hampton Inn, you cheap ass? Why you yelling at Julie K. Brown? I'm gonna put a boot in your ass. No, I'm not coming to the Hampton Inn. You can meet me at the Ritz-Carlton or shut the fuck up. Dude, the Hampton Inn, bro. Dude, that's hilarious, dude. Bro, we gotta comment on that. Hold on. Where is he? Please leave the real journalists. You teal-funded bot. Let's go. Dude, the Hampton Inn, bro. Dude. What a clown, dude. Oh, Jesus, bro. Dude, what world are we living in? Right? You could just watch me post responses. Dude, I go off on Twitter. Okay? I do. I fucking go off. It's hard. Can I just say that it's hard to get work done because I could tweet like all day long. If I could make a living just doing Twitter, I would fucking tweet all day long. I love it so much. But I can't. I have to make videos and I got to stream and shit. But I do love, like, I go fast, dude. I get reckless. I go fast. And I've been obsessed with Twitter, though, guys, since 2013. I've been on the platform for 13 years. And, dude, I loved Twitter all the way back in 2013 because I could follow all my favorite reporters and shit. You get minute-to-minute news updates. Like, I've been following reporters and shit for more than a decade, you know? And now it's like, it used to not be as crazy. Like, when I first got on Twitter, like, Matt Walsh hadn't even blown up yet. He was just starting to blow up. And I always wanted to be involved in the political world, but I never had any reach. I could never get any, like, traction. And now we got it. You know what I'm saying? Dude, let's go, Canadian Benji. Appreciate it. Dude, you're in Eau Claire, Wisconsin? No way, dude. Dude, I used to play in Eau Claire, Wisconsin every show, man. There was a club there downtown called the House of Rock. And I played at the House of Rock. I would pack that place. Like, the guy who booked it, this was like back in 2005 to like 2004 to 2006. That was like one of my prime stops. It would sell out and just pack out, dude, every time I would play House of Rock. It was a great show, man. Dude, great show. Loved it, dude. Let's go. Yeah, no, Twitter used to be really short. Hey, dude, James, don't worry about it. When I say the Hampton Inn, I'm not dogging on you, okay? I promise you. I'm not dogging on your Hampton Inn, okay? Dude, so this is crazy. It says a prominent leftist writer being escorted out of the Substack party, hurling invective at staffers. So, dude, Tracey, it says they called him a leftist writer. Dude, Tracey got thrown out, bro. Tracey was yelling at everybody after, right? And look at this. Julie K. Brown says, thank you to all the kind people and security guards who helped me tonight. No one should give someone a platform to attack and harass people, even if you disagree with them, Substack, right? And Michael Tracey said, Jim screamed at me, let's step outside. And I replied, okay, Jim, let's go. Dude, look at what a weirdo, bro. Like, you know, and he's posting the address of the hotel, dude. Jesus. Dude, this is funny. You'd never know it from the description, but the guy he's talking about is Michael Tracey. Yeah, Michael Tracey is not a leftist writer, guys. Okay? Michael Tracey is not a leftist. He's not prominent, and he's not a leftist. He's a fucking creep, bro. If you look at this guy, let's find a picture of him. Okay? This guy is a creep of creeps, dude. There he is. Look at this. Here he is.
All right, so welcome.
There he is. Look at him, dude. He's greasy, dude. I'm going to just leave it muted, but he is greasy and creepy, right? But so what's crazy is this guy, Michael Tracey, has been like an attack dog on the Epstein survivors. He attacks women all the time, guys. He attacks the Epstein survivors. He attacks any women who've ever been raped. He is like one of those guys where whenever there's a survivor of SA, he comes in and basically like says they're making it up, or that they're like, he tries to debunk all of like any woman who's been SA'd. He gets in there and tries to publicly belittle them, berate them, create drama with them, insist they're lying. He tries to like undermine their stories. And he's been doing that to the Epstein survivors, where he's gotten in the grill of all the Epstein survivors, like saying that they made it all up, they're all lies, that like actually implying as though Epstein didn't even do anything with anyone. He's real smarmy, real slimy. And he's on Substack. He's a Substack writer. Of course, he uses this photo because he's so gross in real life. Like, you know, he has to use a fake photo. Let's go. Dude, I like that. Oh, here's somebody. Let's see. Dude, this is some juicy drama, though.
All right. I'm going to record this because I just want to have it on record. And I'm a little drunk, but I'll probably cut that. So, there was a situation at the Substack party where Michael Tracey, who has done aggressive reporting on Epstein's survivor
attacking them
claims,
yeah,
which I think have been warranted. And the biggest person for whom has contradicted him has been Julie K. Brown, who is
now, mind you, guys, can I just tell you, Julie K. Brown, he's about to talk about Julie K. Brown. She has spent years interviewing all of the cops in Palm Beach who originally arrested him. Officer Michael Ryder, right? The police chief, the cops that actually arrested Epstein and interviewed. She has talked to all of the survivors. She has interviewed and filmed all of the lawyers. She researched that case and wrote a ton of articles that are all still up at the Miami Herald. And she wrote a book. So she has had her and her videographer, Emily, she works for the Miami Herald. They have literally done hold on. I want to get the Ricari. That's who it is. Joseph Ricari was the cop. The police chief was Michael Ryder in Palm Beach. Those were the original guys who worked on the original Palm Beach case. But she researched this case. Julie K. Brown's the reason Epstein got arrested. Okay, the Department of Justice opened up an investigation in SDNY because of Julie K. Brown's writing, okay, and it came right after Me Too, so kind of like, you know, the America was ripe for following up on actual SA charges. But she has interviewed everybody. Her book is called Perversion of Justice. I highly recommend, you know, getting a Miami Herald subscription. You can get them cheap and read all her articles. But she has worked on that case. She worked on it for several years, and she has interviewed everybody, like gone around the country, like video interviews. So it's not just her, you know, whatever, taking notes and paraphrasing. Her and her videographer, Emily, have taped video interviews with all of the survivors, all of the lawyers, all of the police officers, people who worked at DOJ. Like, she has done more research on that case, okay, than Michael Tracey ever could. Okay, he's a guy who, like, gets information off the internet and gets information from, like, court depositions and then tries to pick it all apart, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to give that little disclaimer.
Miami Herald reporter that has been at the forefront of the Epstein reporting, along with Tara Palmieri. And both of them were expected at the same Substack party that Michael Tracey was at. And in my mind, honestly, I would think that, like, there might be a confrontation between one or both of these parties. And
dude, why would there need to be a confrontation, right? Like, why would Michael Tracey even be talking to Julie K. Brown at an after party, man?
You know, that would just be some shit that you keep, like, in journalist circles. You know, maybe I'm such a fucking, like, a person who loves the, like, 70s and 80s and 90s where, like, there were these parties where people who talk shit about each other, like, confronted each other, maybe even threw hands.
Yeah, but can we roll back? I would like to pause here and say in the 70s and 80s, all of the fucking reporters were men for the most part. There were hardly any women reporters in the 70s and 80s. Okay, so you had a bunch of drunk, like, white guys going out to these parties in the 70s and, like, getting into fucking altercations. Of course, because it was a bunch of privileged white men in a room together, and they could get into altercations and everyone would cover it up and they would just go back to their job the next day, right? Because that's what the white dudes did when they had all the fucking jobs. But it's a different world now because there's a whole bunch of women reporters and there's a whole bunch of, like, gay reporters and lesbian reporters, and there's transgender people that work in the newsrooms, and people don't want to go to parties and get in a fist fight with some drunk asshole funded by Peter Thiel just because he's upset that he harasses SA victims and nobody wants to be around him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, let's make that distinction. This guy is drunk, and this guy also is a little clownish.
And then, like, you hear about it years later. But I was expecting some kind of confrontation because, like, you know, I know Michael Tracey enough to know that, like, you know, if he's in the same room with these people, he's gonna say something. So Tracey's there, I'm talking to him, and then
yeah, he's making Tracey sound like a dick, right? He is. Like, oh, he can't go to a party, right? Oh, I can't go to a party without going up and harassing the fucking reporters that broke the Epstein story. And mind you, Michael Tracey has broken no major stories, okay? He's not broken any major stories. He's just a schlumper.
He pulls me over and says, hey, do you want to witness this? And I'm like, cool. So he goes over to Julie K. Brown. Julie K. Brown, you know, who's an older woman. And,
she is. She's in her 60s,
got a body
I think.
woman. Like somebody who's next to her. And so Michael goes over and says, hey, you said that I'm being paid by Epstein enablers. Do you have any proof?
All right, so Julie K. Brown is 65, guys, just so you know. Michael Tracey went up to a 65-year-old reporter and started shit with her at a Substack party after this supposed whatever false flag operation at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Like, again, he is a person for whom he has been publicly aggrieved. He is seeking some kind of, like, you know, reverence. She says, oh, I've never said that. And meanwhile, the body woman is like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Michael keeps going. And he keeps asking her, keeps asking her, keeps asking her. She keeps saying the same thing. She's moving to different places. And then eventually, at some point, failed CNN journalist Jim Acosta comes rolling in. Much in the same way that the sirens are, the Jim Acosta sirens. And he says, stop talking to her. Stop talking to her. She's a journalist.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny, right? Isn't it funny that, like, she moves away from him and, right? She moves away from him and tries to avoid him, and he just presses on, which, guys, that's grapist behavior, okay? That's what they do. No, you know, you say, no, please leave me alone. They don't leave you alone. They continue to press on. They continue to harass. Right? I mean, it's different if you're chasing somebody down the street, you're chasing a legislator, and you're trying to get an answer out of them and they're ignoring you. That's different. But this guy's at a party, and it's a journalist at a party. He's not working on a story. He is just trying to bully this woman and trying to harass her at this party. And he even says to him, hey, watch this, right? He even tells his buddy, watch this, like, watch what I'm going to do. It's like, bro, dude, security should have taken him out back and put a boot in his ass is what they should have done.
To which I get in front of Jim Acosta. And I say, he's a journalist. To which he says to me, who are you? To which I say to him, who are you?
Yeah, you know who he is. But now, hold on. Let's go back to the picture here. Hold on. I want to do something here because I want to go back to that original picture we had with them where it showed. Oh, there he is. This is the guy leaving the message here. Okay, this is the guy with the white hair who we're listening to right here. He's actually in the photo with Jim Acosta. I don't see Michael Tracey in this photo, so it does look like Michael Tracey had already been removed. But here's the guy leaving the message. Dude, isn't it like these guys, dude, so pathetic, bro?
And then we just kind of say that back and forth, and then eventually Jim Acosta realizes that I'm not the person that he really wants to deal with. He mostly wants to deal with Michael, and then he says, hey, I'll fight you. And then Michael says, I'll fight you outside, and then, you know, that's that. It's, you know, obviously no one's going to fight anybody. We're at a journalist party, so
yeah,
like, we're all
they're
a bunch
drunk.
of noodle arms trying to noodle on each other.
Dude, these guys are not fighters, FYI, dude. They're not fighters.
And then at that point, like, the security rolled up, and Chris Best, the CEO of Substack, was there, and I was like, hey, everything's cool, he's cool, like, let's just let it be. But it had elevated, I guess, to a DEFCON 0. And so, like, the, get him the fuck out security had been invoked.
Good.
And nobody was going to de-escalate it. And so...
Yeah, good. And so Michael Tracey got thrown out, and now he's tweeting from the Hampton Inn in a drunken stupor. What idiots, bro.
You know, Tracey was going to get kicked out, and so I walked out with Tracey because, you know, I was there. And I didn't think he should be kicked out because, you know, again, I thought we were in the fucking 70s. Like, I thought that was...
Yeah, well, let me just tell you, Justin Robert Young, I want you to take that iPhone that's in your hand, and I want you to look at it, and then I want you to turn and look around. We're not in the 70s, homie. You're streaming video into an iPhone, boss, and you're posting it on the internet. If you thought you were in the 70s, buddy, you need to reconsider, okay? Dude. I thought we were in the 70s, and then I wondered, what is this personal pocket computer I have in my hand?
The point of Substack was that, like, we're going to be, like, cool truth tellers, and then, like, we're going to settle our differences in private, and then have cool parties where we all drink.
Oh, yeah, you're going to settle your differences by harassing a 65-year-old woman at an after party. Seems good, right?
You know, 70s are gone. And so now I'm making...
Yeah, all right, there you go. Dude, I don't even know who this guy is, dude. Who is he? He's got a politics podcast. Justin Robert Young. Yeah. I fucking don't know who this guy is. Right? Right? But fucking clown world. Clown world, boss. All right. So we're going to finish, guys. Acosta is now becoming a YouTuber. He's becoming independent media. But we are going to finish on this other story because we could spend all night, but this story is really important, guys. Okay? Because, you know, I've been reporting a lot on TPUSA. And TPUSA is in the shitter, okay? Erika Kirk, she's lying. She's, you know, caught on camera in Arizona telling the Arizona chapter to, like, oh, don't talk about Iran. Let's just talk about free speech, right? Then Georgia, she lies about a threat, makes up a threat, and won't go to the Vance thing because there's not enough people there. Then the president of the University of Georgia TPUSA chapter resigns, writes that big letter. I made a video about it. Okay. Yeah, she felt safe to go to this guarded Washington, D.C. event. Like, dude, she's such a phony. But here's another TPUSA chapter member who's resigning. And this guy made a video, guys. Okay, this guy made a 30-minute video. And it says, Texas State, he's from Texas, Texas State TPUSA chapter member just resigned and dropped a scathing resignation letter criticizing Erika Kirk and the other TPUSA executives. Okay, Mason Lemmy, all right, officially disassociated from Turning Point on April 10th, exactly 7 months after Charlie's assassination. In his letter, he exposes the massive manipulation of the Christian faith to push the lone shooter miracle narrative, suppress questions about the 30-06 rifle footage, and backtrack on Charlie's original stances. So this guy is like in the Candace Owens camp because we basically have two camps in the Charlie Kirk MAGAville where there's like the TPUSA originalists who believe in Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, and they believe that Netanyahu had something to do with the killing, that it was like Zionists and maybe Trump, and they're anti-Trump, and they're upset that Erika Kirk and the other executives are now making TPUSA some Zionist, like, occupied organization, okay? But they Erika Kirk is like, there is no other information. The story you have is what happened. I'm grieving so hard in front of these pyrotechnics in my little dance outfit, but don't make fun of me like Drewski. But I'm going to go speak with a bunch of pastors at churches with SA lawsuits facing them. And then we're going to try and get as young a kids as possible to rope into our new Zionist like world. Okay, that's Erika Kirk. And like Candace Owens and these other MAGA people are like, whoa, this was not Charlie Kirk's message. Charlie Kirk wouldn't not show up if there was a small crowd. He didn't, right? And like they want to know what really happened to Charlie Kirk. They believe it was more complicated than the single bullet story that was, you know, his neck stopped a 30-06 bullet. All right? So, direct quotes from the letter are, I truly believe that there has been a massive worldwide manipulation of the Christian faith surrounding the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This strategy was used to weaponize people's faith in Jesus against themselves in order to make people believe a specific narrative. TPUSA died with Charlie. The grift continues without him. Okay? And so he's got a video linked. Like, what is his video, bro? He's got this crazy video that is like why I quit Turning Point USA. Now, this is a 30-minute video, so I think we're going to leave this as the intro, and the next segment of this, tomorrow, we will go into this video, and we will read it and, like, deconstruct it, because I don't have time to read a 30-minute video, watch a 30-minute video, and comment now. I have to go get started on some videos for tomorrow. But this is crazy, dude. So what's interesting about this, guys, is that there is a war over Jesus in the MAGA world. They're warring over their Christianity. Oh, you're getting the dance, Sinful. Believe me, the dance, we never miss the dance. But there is a war going on, guys, over Jesus. Like, there's an internal religious war happening in the MAGA Christianity where, like, some people are, and I mean, it started earlier, okay? It really did, guys. We've done a little bit of work on this because you know where it started? Believe it or not, it was Milo and people like Morgan Ariel, okay? Remember this woman? Right? Remember her? I don't know if you remember her, but she's trad wife, Morgan Ariel. I made some videos. There's like Morgan Ariel and Emily Saves America. Okay. So Morgan Ariel was one of the original TPUSA Christians. Okay. Charlie started TPUSA in like 2016 in Trump's first election. And then there was Milo and Morgan Ariel and like Emily Saves America and all the TPUSA events. Benny Johnson was way smaller back then. He was just coming up. But they were all going to these TPUSA events and they were all like getting hammered. And like all the dudes were having sex with each other. It was like a big gay bro party. All of this, right? Now, then TPUSA though started firing people. Okay, Morgan Ariel and Milo and those guys, they got fired. Okay, they got kicked out of TPUSA, and it was weird because they were like I can't speak for Milo, but with Morgan Ariel, she left TPUSA and was like, they're not real Christians. They're like fake Christians. They're partiers. They want to like do drugs and drink and all this crazy shit. And Morgan insisted that she was like the real Christians. So there was a battle between like the real Christians and the MAGA commercial political Christians that dates back, I don't know, 5-6 years. Okay. It was a while ago. Like, let me see. So it says, So this is what it was, okay? This was in, I guess, in 2024 is when this, and it was around Israel, okay? It says here that Morgan Ariel, and this one they call her the anti-Semitic ambassador, acts by Turning Point USA. Now, that may very well be true. We know Tucker Carlson, and we know that Candace Owens. We know that there's definitely some anti-Semitism, the George Soros kind of thing. But so she got booted, okay? She got cut for her anti-Semitic tirade about Zionist Jews, okay? And again, I can't read the whole thing, but this is a 2024 article, so I think they got booted in like 2023, okay? It is like fucking crazy, okay? This is, you know, so there was a split around this shit way back when, okay? And we're going to look into this guy's video, but this is several years ago that these people got kicked out, okay? And, you know, look at this, though. She's calling for public executions and shit. Dude, right? Benny Johnson with the engagement farming AI slop, so she is against Benny Johnson. They are like, there is a definite, right? There's a definite fucking, you know, battle amongst these guys. Okay. And you know what's funny though, Pinky? When you say, just so you know, there was once a time long ago, religion was not like this. I don't know about that. I honestly don't. I mean, when you think about it, if you go back to the Reformation, if you go back to the 1400s, the Catholic Church was like selling heaven. They were selling indulgences. They were just making money by selling people entrance to heaven. And that started like the Reformation of, you know, Christianity. That was like 1400s. Okay, when was, let's find out here. So it says the Protestant Reformation began in 1517, okay, sparked by Martin Luther protesting the abuse of indulgences. So indulgences went all the way back to the 11th century. So they were selling entrance to heaven for like 300 years. You know what I mean? If you wonder like why the Vatican has so much money, that's it, boss. So they were Paula White before Paula White. But yeah, no. So, I mean, I get it, though, what you're saying, Pinky, that, like, they weren't openly warring like shitty reality TV stars fighting over, like, Jesus and shit and, like, who claims to Jesus and this, that, and the other. But they were, like, I don't know, I feel like it's always been very toxic. And there's a reason why there are so many denominations, right? There's, like, Catholics and Baptists and you know, Methodist and Lutheran and Protestant and Episcopalian. And then there's, you know, the evangelicals, like the Assembly of God. And like, dude, there's like different sects of each of those. It's crazy. But you're right, though. The evangelicals, you know what I feel like, though? You know what it is? You know what it is, though, guys? Here's what I think one of the differences is in the modern, right? Is they were, right? Yeah, no, they've always been warring and shit. But you know what it is now? Is now I feel like the evangelicals are just, they're mean. Like, they're openly mean. Like, we now, like, there used to be Christians that whatever would go to wars, but we now have a segment of the evangelical population that believe calling you an R slur or an F slur or whatever is like doing the work of God. Okay, where they're literally, they feel like their job as evangelicals is to berate you and to put you down and to be mean and nasty to you in public, and that's like God's work. which is crazy, right? Yeah, no, it is Westboro type shit. Absolutely. It is like they're just openly hostile and like they think that Jesus and God approve that. And yeah, no, we're definitely not R-slurring in chat, right? We shouldn't be. I think I have that word removed, actually. It should be. But yeah. And I mean, dude, the Jimmy Swaggarts, though, they were terrible people. They were like deviant, sex-addicted men that were cashing in on money, but they weren't like openly mean, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Swaggart at least pretended to be a loving, caring, honorable guy, even though he was wearing a $20,000 watch in the 70s and having sex with prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Is there somebody R-slurring in here? Hold on. Yeah, we don't want to be doing that shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll fucking say, I think we could leave that out. All right. That was one, though. That was a slip. We're gonna let that one slide. Just don't make a habit of it, boss. I like to leave that. And I should just remove that shit. I have the capacity. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It was just one, you know. I mean, you know. But dude, yeah. So tomorrow we're gonna watch this video. There's a lot more shit going on at TPUSA. All I know, guys, is this. I've said it's gonna get crazy. Okay? I have said, guys, it is going to get crazy. I've been saying this every night. Like, it is going to get crazy, and it's not going to get less crazy because Trump is desperate, okay? Trump is desperate, guys. His back is against the wall. His name is in the Epstein files like 1,000,000 times, and we know there's pictures. We know there's videos. There have been leaks from people that have said they know this shit exists. So his back is against the wall. He knows his agenda is dead come November. So they're going to try crazy shit. There may be more fake assassination attempts. There may be other like false flag operations. They're certainly going to try to get that voter suppression act passed. They're going to try to redistrict other states. I've heard Tate Reeves, the governor who gave Brett Favre, millions of dollars to build a gym at his daughter's gym. He took it from the TANF money. Tate Reeves is talking about kicking out a district in Mississippi. Florida is talking about trying to redistrict. So there is a battle for power because Trump knows he is sunk. Okay? So it's going to get even crazier. I feel like tonight may be the tip of the iceberg, guys. And I've been warning about this. So head on a swivel, okay? You know, head on a swivel. Dude, Kilo Charlie, appreciate your insight. Tommy, be well. You too, boss. Thank you, brother. One more Paula before we dance. Sakatara. All right. It is time, though, guys. It's time to get that dance party going, baby. It's time for a little deja vu. Get your money's worth. Oh. For those of you who are new to watching the stream, because of YouTube's like monetization of music and shit, we can't use most commercial music. So the music you hear at the beginning and the end of the stream is mine from the 90s and early 2000s. I used to tour the country playing rock and roll. in various bands. And then the dance song is from a Swedish artist named Stefan Karlin. And it's from a music service that I pay for the music I use in my videos. It's a great song, and he's a great guy. I actually did reach out to him on Instagram and told him, hey, by the way, I dance for a couple thousand people every night with your to your song, and I appreciate your music and shit. He's super cool, man. The guy, I love dancing to his song because he's a good dude. Oh, dude. Oh. Are you ready? Let's go. Dude, I think this one's going to be a heater. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Little deja vu step up going. Oh. Dude, I'm out of breath, bro. You won't leave me here. Let's go. it behind. Yeah, guys. I mean, I wish I could say it's gonna be over tomorrow. But it's not! And I'm gonna go make some videos! Take care of your head! Do not get depressed! Alright? I mean, you may get depressed, but don't let it overwhelm you because we got this! Thank you, I'll see you tomorrow! Good night! Stay radiant!
I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together.